8 others by invite. How do you get an invite? Well, if you win one of the monthly heads-up tournaments, you get your way into the tournament. So there's 3 people that did that. We had heads-up tournaments in June, September, December, something like that. Maybe July, October, or something like that. I don't remember what it was. Kelly Stork, Jack Obner, Tron, Vidar, Stensby all got in there. So they got an invite. What other way could you do it? Well, if you're a loyal viewer of the Twitch stream, we do a giveaway every week, and we kept track of the points. The giveaway is how close can you guess how I would finish in the tournament that night and get the correct answer. We kept points of who got the closest. Keck Geek 65, Jacob Kiki got that, so he got an invite. That leaves 4 more spots. We opened that up to 4 members of our wrecking crew: Kim, Tim, Monkey System, and Binkley all got invites. So we've got the Wreck Poker core team, the wrecking crew, and all the winners of our giveaways coming in for MaREC Madness this year. So we've got 16 teams. We're going to be playing it out. We've got 4 matches tonight. We're going to play half of the first rounds. Next week, the other 4 first-round matches. 2 weeks from tonight, now we're in the Elite 8. We have 4 matches there. 3 weeks from tonight, the final 4. And then obviously 4 weeks from tonight, the last Thursday in March, the championship matchups. Who's going to be playing? Well, you got to tune in every week to find out who the winners are, because all the winners advance. And that's going to start tonight. So we've got about 20 minutes or so until the first matchup. But, man, it would be boring if you just had to listen to me all the time. Really, we probably wouldn't have any viewers. So what we did, we put out an invite and we're like, hey, we need someone smart. We need someone who knows what's going on, some sort of expert that we have, someone that does hand history reviews, really plays a ton of poker and just knows all what they're talking about. So I am pleased to welcome the one and only Kim Kilroy. You may know her as Pet Vet. You may know her as Fergie56, but one of the smart ones out there in the wrecking crew. So Kim, welcome in. It's good to have you.
Thanks for that intro, but I thought you were talking about somebody else.
Who else would I talk about, Kim? Come on.
Any of the wizards we have on the team.
We do.
But,
there are a lot of wizards out there. Did you see the bracket? The bracket is absolutely stacked. I remember people talking about last year, and they're like, oh man, I wish I had an easy first round matchup. And I was like, no one has an easy first round matchup. Well, we expanded to 16. Still no one has an easy matchup. Everyone's lays a claim to why they should be the winner.
Right. So you've either got the winners of the heads up matches, who are, heads up wizards there, because
they had to win to get in. Yeah.
Right?
They found a way to already win a tournament, and now we're doing another tournament. Like, they've proven that they can do this.
Right. And they've had all that practice doing it. So, yeah. I'm sure that those are going to be some really tough matchups, I think. Mm-hmm. Those 4. Who are those 4 again that won?
3 technically won
3.
in. Okay. It was Jack Obner, who we're going to see in our opening matchup. Kelly Stork, we're also going to see tonight, I believe.
She's
and
tough,
then
yeah.
Tron Vidar Stensby, who I have to play next week. So those are our 3 winners. Yeah.
Yeah, not going to be easy for you guys.
Not at all. No. And then the 4th invite that we did, all you had to do was just guess correctly. Oh yeah, the person that did that, the one that won 20 Rec Poker home games last year, Jacob Kiki.
Okay. Like, enough said. Enough said.
Right? I don't know.
The cream of the crop.
Yeah. I don't know if people have been watching. They've been, we did some trash talk videos for this, and we've been posting them on the Rec Poker Twitter. Jacob Kiki's was great. He goes out there and he's like, I think I have many reasons to win. Or he said many, 5-6 times. He's like, I've got many reasons why I would win. And I was like, you could have gone on to 20 times there Mr. Cat Geek. That's how many wins you had last year. So yeah, this is tough. So why don't we? I mean, we have plenty of time here, right? We have 20 minutes left, and there's a bunch of people out in the chat. Right. I don't know who has filled out a bracket, but it's really easy to do so. Let's.
How do you do that?
Yeah, how do you do that? Really simple. Go to rec.poker/MaREC. So rec.poker/MaREC. It'll take you to a page. You can go there. It gives you all the information. All you have to do is go and click on the view interactive bracket, and it'll take you to this page. And my guy, Poker Geek MN everywhere, John Somsky, put this together. It's a really easy way to fill out the bracket. Last year it was kind of like our sore spot, where it was like enter in who you think's going to win, type it out, whatever it was. Easily prone to make mistakes. This, no way to make mistakes. All you do is pick each of the winners. So briefly mention it. The top one on the list, Gopherboy TJM, myself, versus Tron Vidar Stensby. All you have to do is just pick who you think's going to win. If you think it's me, click that box. If you think it's Tron, click that box. And they advance to the next round. Really easy and simple.
And who's the defending champion?
That's a good question. Probably someone that got the number 1 seed. Someone who was well deserving. That would be this Gopherboy TJM fellow. Yeah, the defending champ. So there was a bit of seeding that went on. So we did make sure to give the reigning champ the number 1 seed and the runner-up finisher the number 2 seed. So Chris Jones did get the 2 seed, and will be the first matchup that we see. So thank you for asking that question, Kim. That was a very smart and good question to be asking of who won last year. Thank you.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah. No one's talking about it at all, right? No one said anything. But yeah, really easy to fill out this bracket. So all you have to do is go out there, fill up your matchups. So if you think I'm going to win, it advances me. If you think Kim's going to win her matchup, it advances her. And then you see who plays in the second round. So should those happen, it would be a Taylor versus Kim round 2 matchup. So we won't pick that right now because we wouldn't want to have any sort of ill will in this commentary booth. But really simple. All you have to do is you click all of these little check boxes that you want of who you think's going to win, and then all you have to do is just copy what fills out down here on the bottom half. It's not really showing up all that well on my screen, but there's a little bottom part. All you have to do is just go copy that, copy your bracket ID. It'll take you to this forum discussion, which is right here. It's started off by myself. Hey, we're back. MaREC Madness. It's all the stuff that we kind of just talked about. Another thanks to Poker Geek MN. Here's our schedule. We kind of talked about this, but we had an early start today, 7:30. Our 4 first round matchups. That's all the info, but all you need to do is click reply and go here. So here's my predictions. Here's all the predictions I made. I picked myself as the tournament champion. If we go down here a little bit further, we can see all the different selections everyone has made so far. A ton out there, and plenty of time for you to go out there and fill out your projections, your selections. Hey, 5x5, thanks for the subscription. 5-month anniversary for 5x5, and it's your match. So hopefully that's some good luck for you there, 5x5. So we have 2 pages of these already. So feel free to go out there. No one has newly added any predictions since this started, so go out there and make your predictions for MaREC Madness.
That's great. And what can they win for these predictions? Is there a prize or just bragging rights?
Well, bragging rights is always great, right? Prizes are even good too, right? So what I mean, in true Twitch stream fashion, we always do prize giveaways. We'll do some tonight. We'll talk about that shortly. But we allow you the choice between 3 prizes. If you want to get Rec Poker coaching from the Wrecking Crew, we'll offer you $10 off in coaching session. if you want to have a free month of Rec Poker Premium, you can get a free month of Rec Poker Premium. Or if you're a fan of the Twitch streams and like showing up and seeing me play poker, we do have an option where you can get a 50-50 stake in an ACR 1650 tournament. So that's always been a fun one. We've had some winners there. One time Gibber selected that option. We played a 1650 on demand on his behalf. So I played the tournament. Whoever won the prize and selected that gets 50% of the winnings. We went on to get second, so cut a pretty nice check.
I think I was in on that once. I think I was in on that once. I don't remember you lasting too long.
You know what happened? Was that the one where everyone and their mothers entered the tournament? So like we're like, hey, let's do this, and we entered the tournament, and then 5x5 was in there, gloves was in there, someone, like, it was just a bunch of people. So yeah, it does run the risk, obviously, of me not cashing, but when it works out, it can be a pretty good one too. So
I know that last year the winner of the bracket predictions won I believe, whether it was a membership for a month to somewhere or
Learn Pro Poker.
Oh, it was
it was Learn Pro Poker. It was a free month.
Okay.
And the winner is in the chat right now, John Lutzy. He's clarifying it was a Learn Pro Poker free month. He won that thanks to yours truly, because he predicted me to win the whole thing. We haven't gotten confirmation from Learn Pro Poker, but we're trying to talk about some things. We'll see.
Sounds good.
We'll
not
see.
A reason to not go and make your predictions, though.
Correct. I can guarantee the prizes that I'm in charge of. So we'll get that. But I alluded to this just before this, but we always do a giveaway on the stream. So if you show up to the normal Twitch Thursday stream that we do, I do a giveaway, and all you have to do is guess what finish spot I'll have in that tournament for that specific night. So if you go out there and you're like 3, I think you're going to get third. If I finish third that night, you win, and it's one of those 3 prizes that I just talked about. But obviously we can't do that tonight because people are playing heads-up matches. But you tell me what you think about this, Kim. I'm thinking before each of the matches, we do a guess the winning hand. And if you can guess the winning hand exactly, then you win one of those 3 prizes. So we'll do giveaways all throughout this, but you have to be using your brain. You have to guess correctly of what the winning hand will be.
Yeah, okay, so how many combinations of any 2 cards are there? Let me think.
Right? So it 13 by 13, right? So that would be like 169, but then there's some like duplicates, right? So I don't need people to say the heart and the spade of the ace king. I don't need that. I just need ace king. So then I think it's
so we just got the top half of the graph now.
It's just like if you think about the classic poker graph, it's just like one like angle of it, right? So it should be something like 13 plus 12 plus 11 plus 10 all the way down to plus 1, which, if I'm doing math correctly, it's something like 80-ish combos. It should be like 14. Oh, Poker Geek MN says 169 divided by 2.
85.
So, yeah. 85, is that, no.
Something around
that.
85.
85 is the right answer?
Somewhere around that.
I think it's 85 unique combos. I feel like that's like got to be the right odds for like a giveaway. 1 out of 85.
Maybe we should give everybody a couple of guesses.
Kim.
How about
look at you tug on the wallet strings and just say open them up?
Well, what about if it's guess a hand that is played in the final hand? Or does it have to be the winning hand?
I want the winning hand, though.
All
the
winning
hand
is
fine.
Okay. We'll go with it.
Okay, all right. I convinced you. So we'll do that for the giveaway. If you can guess the winning hand.
Sounds
great. What about
great.
hand rank versus hand rank, says Mark. That sounds complex. Are you saying like top pair versus draw? Well, it's hard to quantify a draw, right? I feel like it's so much simpler to just guess what hand wins. Mark says fair. Okay. All right. We convinced. I convinced Kim. I convinced Mark.
So I haven't had a chance to watch many of these promo videos that people put out on the.
There's some good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard.
There's some good ones. Should we go to some of my favorites?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Let me pull this up here. This one is from Jack. And you'll see why I think it's one of my favorites quickly. Let me make sure we got the audio working, and let's try this.
Hello, Rec Poker. This is Jack Burke. I'm Abner in the home games, and I'm coming to you from Stillwater, Minnesota.
Jack's playing in the first matchup, by the way.
I am super excited to take part in the MaREC Madness Heads-Up tournament. I checked out the forum posts, and at least one Rec Poker member has selected me to take the title in the Heads-Up tournament.
Someone picked him, so he's got to come through with it.
I'm really looking forward to that. I want to thank Jim and John, Chris and Rob, Kim and Tim, and all the other Rec Crew members for all the work you do on Rec Poker. I owe a lot of everything I've learned to Rec Poker. Thanks so much.
Anyone know who's been setting up all this MaREC Madness stuff and who didn't get a thank you in there? Jack, come on. I'm picking Chris tonight. Sorry, Jack. Yeah, you kind of got put to the side there. Let's find another one.
That's why you need notes, I think, when you're making.
Yeah. Whoops. Oops. Sorry. Yeah, you do need notes. We alluded to this one. Let's talk about Jacob Kiki's.
Hey, this is Jacob Kiki. I'm just here to wish everyone good luck in the MaREC Madness. I plan on adding another trophy to my many poker championships.
He does 5.
In all seriousness, no. Good luck, everybody. Wish all of you the best and run good. Bye.
Yeah. Many. 5 minis. He could have gone 15 more, but that would have been a really long video.
He could have put in the 20.
Could have gotten all 20. Let's see who else is playing tonight. Monkey System's playing. Let's go to him for a second.
Yo, this is the Monkey System here
Monkey System?
in the Sweet 16 of MaREC Madness 2020.
No,
Isn't he playing tonight? He's not playing tonight? Okay, well, I like this one anyways.
But I'm calling my shot.
Because he calls his shot,
I am going to win this tournament. I am going to be the champion of MaREC Madness 2022. So, Chad McVean, you're first on the list. Get in line.
Get in line, he says. Get in line. I like that one. You're right. He does not play tonight. But Poker Geek MN everywhere is playing tonight. Let's see what he has to say.
Good luck in our heads-up match, Tim Misclick Donkey. May the worst player win. That'd be me.
Classic John. May the worst player win and calling it himself. And then let's see what his opponent
we got MaREC Madness
Donkeys. Well, starting over.
What's up, Rec Poker? We got MaREC Madness going on. Drew John Somsky in the first round. Many of you guys know John. He does all the home games. He's been playing poker longer than I've been alive, so it should be a fun one. Hoping we can take down the W. And if we don't take down the W, I'm hoping we can get some monster bluffs through just to kind of needle
those bluffs
a little
through,
bit.
Tim. You can do it.
But, yeah, good luck, John. If you beat me, you better win the whole thing. If I beat you, I'll do my best. Yeah. So here's to bluffing. I don't even care if I don't get the nuts. We're just going to try to bluff them off as many pots as possible. Thanks, guys.
This is a battle of a man of many words versus a man of very few words.
Hopefully we can just get a win.
John says like 2 things, and Tim talks for a minute straight. But we're getting close to match time. I'd be remiss if we didn't show my favorite video, everyone's favorite video that came out today. I hope you've seen it, and if you haven't, we're going to watch it right now.
My favorite.
It's everyone's favorite. Oops, I didn't have it squared up on mine. Villains everywhere. Rabman. Poker Geek MN. everywhere. This is just so good. Wow. I mean, I hate the ending, but no, the ending's fine. What a production by Chris Jones there. That was absolutely crazy. So good. I don't know how he did it. Everyone else is just talking trash to everyone, and then Chris Jones is like, here, I'm going to create this mini short film that's going to win the best drama. For some reason. There's got to be a recce for best drama, right? Because I think he got it.
Yeah, I know there was a lot of people teasing him about having too much time on his hands.
Yeah. Study some pre-flop ranges, Chris. Put the film production to the side.
Go study your heads up.
Yeah, go study your heads up. So we got just a few minutes before the matchup coming through. Match. So now would be the time. Let's get those guesses in there for what hand do you think is going to be the winning hand. So I see Mouse Anderson.
Remind us who our first match is again.
We got the two of my favorites that we showed on there. We got Chris 5x5 Jones, the drama that we just saw, his trash talk video, versus Jack, otherwise known as Obner. So Mouse Anderson says Ace Jack suited. I'm going to cut the suited off for you. Just Ace Jack is going to be your prediction. 5x5. He's just talking about jamming 5-5, so he doesn't need to study pre-flop charts, so he can make videos. Okay. Poker Geek says King 10. Stewie says Pocket Jacks. Keck Geek says 8-5. Lucy says 9-5. There's 5x5 saying Pocket Fives. Jones, you're exempt. Evil Roy says King Jack. Yeah, no one said King Jack.
A lot Kelly of jacks out there.
Yeah, a lot of jacks. Evil Roy, we'll make guesses later. Don't worry. You don't have to make your guesses for game 2 and game 3 and game 4 yet. We'll come back to those. JB Twin Cities says 10-9. So a lot of good guesses out there. Keep them coming in. We'll also run a prediction on the side of the channel. If you guys haven't done that before, it's a thing through Twitch. So in the chat, you can make predictions and gamble the channel points out there. So everyone loves a good gamble. But if you go into the chat, it'll be popping up here right now. I'm just populating the prediction. And you can pick between the two. The thing between this is you're gambling against everyone else. So if everyone thinks Chris 5x5 Jones is going to win, the odds on Jack are going to be astronomical or like really high. So you're gambling against each other. That should be going live right now. So you should see that in the chat. All you have to do is click predict, use those channel points and predict. Someone you used to know says Ace Queen. Opener himself says Jack 8. Mark says King 10. I think someone already said King 10, but we'll let you take that from Poker Geek MN, right? We don't need to let Poker Geek get that one. Whoops. I ruined my camera there for a second. All right. Yeah. Anything else that we need before we start up this match? I don't think so. I think let's see if we can get the game going. And then looks like they're starting up now. So let's head on over and check out Chris and Opener. I think we're all ready to go. Matchup number 1, we're starting. Let's do this.
Excellent.
And if
Exciting.
you guys missed out on your predictions for the winning hand, keep them coming in, right? Keep them coming in. There's no thing that says the matchup started that we need to stop right now. So here we go. Very first hand. So I got the blind levels showing up here. We start off at 2040 out of a 3,000 chip stack. So pretty deep stacked. Bluffs subscribing with his Prime. Congratulations. Or I guess, no, not congratulations. Thank you, Bluffs. Appreciate the subscription.
So we're showing in chip stacks, not in big blinds.
Right.
Yes.
I think that's a little bit better for the viewer experience, especially if you're not as familiar with poker.
Right. So
Obviously,
I'm going to have to do the math in my head now.
All the time, yeah. Give you the quick tip that it starts off at 75 and then slowly deteriorates from there. But
Right.
so, we're pretty deep stacked to start here. We're going to see... Correct me if you think otherwise, but I think we're going to see a lot of, a little bit of back and forth to start. People feeling each other out, understanding how the other one is playing.
That makes sense.
And it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I played against 5x5 last year. Felt like a lot of times he doesn't want to play too big of pots. He wants to really be in charge of how big pots get. So we'll see how that goes. But Opener here electing to not raise the king-queen when they have the button here. Kind of interesting.
I would like to see a raise with king queen on the
so
button.
too.
When we're deep, I don't mind throwing it in limping if we're shallow, to throw it in as a bit of a disguised hand. But when we're deep, I'd like to see some raising. Right.
Yeah, because this is the time to feel each other out, right? Later you got to use that and maybe preserve chip stacks. But someone is Jasper Jr. is predicting pocket kings for the winning hand. That would be a good winning hand. And then we see a deviation here too, right? Like we just saw king queen limp. Now Chris 5x5 is opening up the queen 5. So obviously two different kind of strategies coming through. Obviously king queen, a much superior hand. Opener selecting to just limp. 5x5 trying to take that aggressive route immediately.
And I to be honest, when I think of heads up, I think if you have any face card in your hand, it's probably going to be good most of the time. It's probably going to be the best hand, so why not raise with it?
Yeah. I mean, I can nitpick that and say like, well, what when you get to a jack? Jacks aren't as appealing. But I definitely agree, especially with king high hands. Like king high hands feel so strong heads up. So 5x5 turning top pair. Unfortunately for him, Opener's not really going to have anything to continue with here, so we'll move on to the next one. And then this is, I think, what you're kind of talking about, Kim. We get a hand of heads up, and it's 7-3 versus 9 deuce.
I think that this is definitely a hand that he can play. It's a suited hand. I would definitely play a suited hand on the button. Just limp if you don't want to raise.
Yeah, we can't be picky in heads up.
No,
because there's
we're
that
in
many.
Every hand.
Yeah, you gotta play. Like you can be somewhat picky. Like if you get the 7 deuce off, go ahead, get rid of it. But when we get suited hands, when we get face cards, like those are hands that we gotta be playing.
Agreed.
And And Mark says in the chat, heads up is a game within a game. Got to be aggressive and got to mix up lines. Very true. You have to try your best to not be predictable, because you're playing against one person back and forth. The last thing you want is to be predictable.
I like this bet out.
I was just about to ask, what do you think of this bet out? Like, he's got obviously no pairs, but he's got a nut draw. That draw, ace of diamonds.
Ace high could be good too.
And ace high could be good. So yeah, this feels like the first hand that could have some clashing. An ace deuce suited versus pocket tens.
Yeah,
I'm interested
I'd like to see raise and 3-bet here. My prediction is a raise and 3-bet.
And what size? What size from 5x5 do you think?
I think probably 3.5 to 4 times. I
so
think.
Like 350, 400.
So he made it
range.
To about 2.5. Yeah. So I'd go to probably 8 to 10 big. Yeah, 8 big blinds I think is good.
Okay.
8 to 10.
He goes 300, which is a little bit less than. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we see a call. Ace deuce doesn't flop anything. Like it's got a gut shot draw, but not really a flop.
And
you're
how
looking
much?
For.
What sort of bet do you like as a C bet on these monotone boards?
It's really interesting because he's out of position, right? So he's out of position. It's a monotone board, but one that generally like kind of works well with him. I don't mind checking because I kind of like checking a lot of my high hearts in that situation. But if I'm gonna bet small, and I think he went like a 4th pot. I think that feels about right. Do you agree with that? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, I like that.
Okay. This one could be interesting.
This is an interesting hand.
Yeah, he's got the ace 10. That's the strong pre-flop hand. But opener, let me pull the Uno reverse card and flop trips on you.
And he decides to slow play it.
Call. Yeah. It always feels a little bit rough though when you go for the slow play. I'm just gonna smooth call, and then if 5x5 doesn't continue here on the turn, that's when it feels bad.
Especially with the 2 different
2 flush draws out there
and a straight draw, yeah.
And 5x5 does check back, and then now if you're opener, you bet because you're trying to get some value.
Yeah, but I think you have to bet small. If you're gonna target an ace high, you're gonna bet like 75 or something like that.
And he goes for the check. I guess trying to lay that trap, trying to get him to bet one more time. Chris, too good. Yeah. Does not fall for the trap. Too good. I don't know.
I like a raise here. Suited queen.
Yep.
That would be a nice raise, and then we can see bet.
Right. And Monkey System
kind of
heads
boards.
up. Oh, sorry. I was going to say Monkey System saying should be opening the vast majority of the time, but not 100%. I agree with that. It should be a really high percent, though. Probably above 80, maybe not as high as 90. Is that what you would think?
When we're deep.
When we're deep? What about when we're shallow?
Does
it go down or up?
Does he mean opening as in a raise? So I think that's what he means.
Fair.
Or does he mean open as a limp?
Right. Because there could be some limping, and I think limping becomes more attractive the shorter stacked you are.
Right. And even when we're deep, I think even that when we get to like 50 big blinds, we should be limping some hands.
Yep.
We should be trying to see flops with most of our hands. That's what we should be doing.
Right, and we're gonna be in position. Oh, pocket kings for Chris here. This is what Jasper Jr. is hoping for, is a bust out here. He predicted pocket kings as the winning hand. Can we find a way to get the chips in the middle? Is what he's thinking. I think they're too deep. I think we got kings too early.
I think.
Yeah. It would really take a a queen on the turn, I think, for pocket kings to win and...
Maybe a 9.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so if it goes 9 and then king, we could see a bust out. Oh, now we're speculating because it's over. It couldn't have happened. But I guess give the queen a straight, right? And then make the straight have the king in there. So 5x5 would have had a full house. We could have seen it. We just needed opener to continue through and go runner straight.
See, I don't like them folding virtually any hands here.
So you are close to like 100%. You want to see a 100% range.
Yeah, if you're not going to raise, just limp. But if you're going to limp your weakest hands, you're going to limp some strong hands too.
Okay. I find myself folding the worst of the worst when I get
the worst of the worst is 3 deuce offsuit, your offsuit deuces, and a few of your offsuit 3s and a couple of your offsuit 4s, and that's it.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what I'm gonna be folding. Like if I get 9 deuce offsuit, I think I would just straight up fold it from the button.
Right. I agree.
If it was suited though, I'd play it.
Now I was studying a little heads up in preparation for my match, my upcoming match.
Okay.
And
please tell me all your strategies because there's a chance we could be playing each other. I'm listening.
Well, I'm not sure we're going to be playing that as deep as I was studying. I was studying when you're like 150 big blinds deep sort of thing. And
that's too deep.
Yeah. So just studying what some of the 3-bet bluffs were versus the 3-bet for value. So some of the 3-bet bluffs were those hands that you would normally fold pre-flop.
Right. Take the bottom. The suited combos of it or the offsuit combos?
Both.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So that was interesting. More of the suited ones, like the suited deuces and 8 deuce to 3 deuce kind of thing. Suited.
I guess that makes sense. You gotta have some bluffs in there.
You have to.
Yeah.
But if you find your opponent is always calls your 3-bet, then just stop bluffing at all with your 3-bets.
Big bluff here by 5x5 though. We've been talking too much about what you 3-bet bluff with, but he's going 80% pot here with Jack high. Can Jack find the hero call with bottom pair? I think it's going to be tough to find the hero call. Yeah, and we see the fold.
And that's the power of being in position. Nobody can do that.
It is. Yeah. It really is. He gets to decide. He gets to make his 80% pot bet decision because Jack checked to him on the river.
Yeah.
And how often is... Well, I guess I was going to say how often is Jack checking a strong hand, but I guess we saw him check trip queens. So maybe I should stand corrected there and not say he's
but Chris doesn't know he did that. So he doesn't know he did that. So oh yes, he did. Or did he?
I think it went to showdown. I think it went to.
It shows showdown. It shows when you win what your opponent had. I think in this.
Mm-hmm. Oh. We could, this could be some fireworks. King Jack versus Ace Jack.
Yeah.
So, someone predicted both Ace Jack and King Jack, so.
Oh, here we go. Mm-hmm. Let's get the drum roll.
I don't think Chris is just calling. Yep.
No. Yeah, 3-bet.
Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't think Chris is ever just calling there.
Well, there's a pretty hard flop to hit for either of them.
Yeah, right. We're waiting on these action flops, and this is just not it. This is the opposite of an action flop.
I think that neither of them can have a 2 in their hand, so now it's just you got to think if your hand's going to be good or not.
Who's representing the better pocket pairs?
Right.
It's Chris.
Or the better ace high, yeah.
That too, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Abner just has to fold here.
It feels tough. It's really annoying because you don't see many good hands, and then you finally got King Jack, and you open it and you got 3-bet. All he finds a call. I totally get it though. Like you just don't see that many good hands, and could King High be good there?
Right. What about if you had King Jack suited and one of the suits that's on the flop?
I think that feels way more comfortable to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now with an ace coming on the turn, this feels like an easy fold now.
Yeah.
Gonna think it through, though.
Now, are these players talking to each other during their match, or
they can? So that's before we did Poker Stars, which if you remember last year we did it all through the Poker Stars client. There's pluses and minuses to it, but we decided to go to Poker Now for many reasons. It allows us to get the games going quicker. Poker Stars, you have to schedule a tournament and go through all those things. If there's any issues that pop up during the match, Poker Now is very lenient in being able to pause a match and control it from that aspect. So should we run into any of those issues, we can do that. And then the other thing is you can have a camera on. You can talk to one another. We decided that we are only going to show the video gameplay of what's going on and not the audio, so we can talk about stuff and not talk over them or have them interrupt what we're saying. So we took that approach, but yeah, they can definitely talk to each other. We can see Chris's camera here. It doesn't look like he's really talking. He looks like he's in the zone. So I'm going to guess they're not really chatting with each other, but players will have the option to chat with one another if they want to.
Okay.
Good question, though. Good question. Yeah, Mark says ranging and heads up can be so difficult. Yeah. You want to fear monsters under the bed, but your opponent can have almost anything.
Oh, and
ranges are so wide.
Chris gets there on the river.
Of course he does. I don't think we're gonna see the tournament end here because I don't think Jack can really call too much. But
no.
If Chris puts out a small bet, it is potential that Jack could try and find a call with ace high. But there's just so many cards that beat him. Any 7, 8, 9, Jack in any of Chris's hands beats him.
Yeah.
Chris goes big size.
Yeah,
I don't think Jack can find a call.
Yes.
Chris is targeting stuff like jacks, 10s,
targeting a jack,
an 8. Opener just
even a
not
9.
good enough. Or even a 9. Right, yeah. He's, I guess, praying that he gets raised by a 9. Except we can see that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, as expected. So this is something that I always noticed in, the matchups last year. We always see the scales tip, and how does one react to it? Jack has lost half his stack. He's got 1,500 chips versus Chris's 4,500 chips. How do you react in those situations? Do you start getting more aggressive? Do you try and slowly work your way back into this? Definitely a lot of different strategies you can take, but I think as the lower end, as the Jack, losing half your stack, I think you gotta raise the aggression. What do you think?
Right, I think so. And he's down at 25 big blinds now, and as he sinks down to 20 and below, he's going to want to just be taking variance, just play a higher variance game and be getting the chips in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it can be demoralizing to your opponent too, right? Because they've been slowly progressing and working their way to this lead. If you can get them all in and win, now it's back to even, and it's hey, all that work that you did before, Chris, boom, wipe it out. Now we're back to even. It's a whole new game. So yeah. I'm hoping we start seeing Jack get a little bit more aggressive in these spots. Because the last thing you want to do is slowly whittle your way down to essentially being out.
Having said that, Chris is getting a little bit more than his fair share of the deck so far.
Right? This is,
I think,
that's a very good point, right? What's Jack's best hands so far? And it's I think King Jack might be his best. And it was when Chris had Ace Jack.
Right. And yet I think he had Ace Deuce suited once.
Yeah, versus Chris's pocket 10s.
Right. So
good point. This is. Oh, he got trip queens once, but like, okay, that's one hand.
And here he hits bottom pair against the flush draw, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of running out scary. This is a board that Chris can just start betting at because he's got position now. It's so annoying because like in this spot, you can call a bet, but you probably can't call like multiple bets. And
right.
This is a spot where Chris is probably going to fire multiple times and make it really tough on Jack. But yeah, you're totally right. If you think about the hand distribution so far, it's been pretty skewed towards Chris.
Yeah. And that's, so variance is going to play a big role in these matches because we're not playing like a best out of 3 like the finals will be.
Right. Yeah, I know. And like you said, with the deeper stacked, I would love if we were deeper stacked and could play deeper stacked.
I would have liked to have seen him raise here. He didn't raise, and I would have liked to have seen a raise.
Yeah, I think so too.
King Queen's got to try and get some chips back, right? So we got to play a bit bigger pots.
It was a good flop for him, and I think Chris could call once, especially in a limp pot.
Right, he's got the Jack of Spades.
Can we do 10 of Spades one time? 10 of Spades, get some action. Jack gets a double up, and he's right back in it. Let's see it. Well, good for Jack, not so good for Chris. I mean, I'll go out on a limb and assume that Jack's going to be chipping up a little bit here, which is much needed for him.
Much needed. But also, if he'd raised this, even a min raise 2 times the big blind,
he'd be getting more out of it, right? Mm-hmm.
You'd get more out of it when you hit a hand here. So when you get to play the hand in position, like why not raise with it?
Yep. Yeah, really, really quick fold by Chris there, as expected. All right, maybe this is the hands coming in for Jack. King Queen suited, Ace 10 off.
We see card distribution evening out here a little.
Finally.
I'd like to see him jam here. See, I'd like...
Oh, a quick call. Yeah.
I think he can just...
So what are the blinds? They are 30, 60. So he had another 20 behind.
20. He had 20.
Yeah, that's about
That's pretty big,
point.
But it's a big jam. But I think he could have at least 3-bet.
Yeah, I was thinking 3-bet, and then you said jam, and I was like, well, what are the stack sizes?
I like the only reason I like the jam is because he's out of position for the hand.
Yep.
So it's going to be hard to play if he doesn't hit.
Is Chris going to bet this? I don't think he would. No.
This is going to be tough for Jack to get away from this now.
Yeah, and Chris with his 5s again. I know it's not pocket 5s, but geez, get them out of the deck.
Yeah, but it's hard to think we couldn't just be chopping here. So
right. It's going to go check, bet, call, right?
Check, bet, as long as he doesn't bet too much. I think if he tries to get...
Yeah, Mark says Jack has to think ace kicker is good. And he snap called, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't blame him for that.
No, I don't either. It's a spot where you think a decent amount of the time you're just chopping. Maybe Chris is just randomly bluffing and you're actually winning. But yeah, I can't blame him.
No, not at all. So this is the kind of hand where I'd like to see him limping now when he's so short.
Yeah,
and he did
now that we're short.
Yeah. And he can also just fold them and wait for a hand that he can just open shove.
Yeah. And then it does kind of get into these weird situations because now any bets towards Jack are really starting to threaten that entire chip stack.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we need card distribution to go into Jack's favor. Yeah.
Or some more aggression in that there's a lot of hands. He can widen his open jamming range.
we gotta start seeing some jams out of Jack, which means this could be over really soon here. For his sake, I hope he doesn't jam here. He goes with the limp.
He goes with the limp, and I think Chris can easily jam here.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, all those.
And he does. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All those high cards, they just play so well.
Yeah. I think you can jam this one too.
Yeah,
it's a decent
one,
king.
Mm-hmm.
Decent king.
I guess. Yeah, either
against
person
10 big blinds.
Mm-hmm. If you're Jack and Chris limps, I think now this allows Jack to fold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't mind that. Like he's.
Ugh. Deuce 3. Oh no.
Poor Jack.
This card distribution at all the wrong times. We had what, 2 hands in there for a little bit, and another ace for Chris.
Yeah.
I think Chris knows something with the Poker Now software. He uses it for our monthly seminars. I think he may have some inside info.
For
getting all these good cards.
Getting the good cards.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just a seat he picked. Maybe he knows where the good seats are.
Yeah, maybe. Tough spot for Jack. Now Jack's below 500.
I'd like to see a jam. This is an easy jam with his hand.
Now you're so short. You have 500 chips. Yeah, we're just gonna slowly deteriorate if we're taking that approach. Getting Chris to fold helps us out.
Okay,
this is auto jam. Please jam it in there, Jack. Please.
I think any queen.
Chris isn't gonna call. I think so. Yeah, at this point. But everyone is just eager for their hands that they picked to show up in Chris's hand anytime soon now, because it could be over at any point. So everyone who picked pocket 10s, King Jack, I think Keck Geeks guessed something like 8-5. You're just hoping one of those hands pops up into Chris's hand.
Oh wow! Look at this.
Chris.
So did Chris limp this? I think.
Yeah, because
I
there's
think Jack could have
154
shoved. I think he could have shoved with queen high. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. It feels uncomfortable. But you're at that spot. You have to embrace variance.
Yeah.
We have to just go with it. And I think you go with Jack 9, and this could be it. On the edge of our seats.
Yeah, he's going for it, and Chris is going to snap call this.
Snap call. There it is. All right, we'll run it out. Let's see what happens. 43% equity. 26 equity. He's going to need the Jack or the 9.
GG.
The first one in the books. Oh, well, one down. Congratulations, Chris. We've got it. Chris is the winner. Let me go out and pay the predictions. Let's see what everyone had predicted. Where's the predictions? 72% of the channel points were on Chris, and correctly so. So we had some good guesses there. We'll pay that out.
I got disconnected for a second.
Yeah, I saw you blipped a bit, but I guess a good time for it because we are in the little bit of a break here. So congratulations, Chris. Well played, Jack.
I'm just going to be right.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Jack had a tough road with those hands for sure. Chris saying poker's rigged. Of course it is. GG's. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. So yeah, tough one for Jack there. Chris, definitely a luck box, but let's see. Up next, we're going to have Website Mark, who's in the chat, versus Eric Binkley. So we have that match coming up next. Let's go out there and we'll start a prediction for that one. Who wins the second matchup?
Who's our matchup now?
We have Website Mark versus Eric Binkley. And everyone's getting their guesses in, which is good to see. What do we have going in there? Evil Roy says pocket 10. Stewie says queen 9. Keck Geek sticking with the 85. You love the consistency. It's got to be right one of these times, right?
Got to be one of these times.
Got to be. All right, get the predictions up there. So if you're out in the chat, you can go out there and make a prediction again. It's through like right above the chat system. There's a predict. You can use the channel points. Go through and do that. Someone you used to know says Ace 4. Chris 5x5 Jones says pocket 5s. John Lutzy Queen Jack. Monkey System Jack 9. Jeff Cat says King Queen. Poker Geek says Deuce 3. I like that one. That one's an uncommon one. JB Twin Cities Ace 5. And Jasper Jr. says Ace 8. And Mouse says 10 Deuce. Kelly Stork Ace 7. A lot of good guesses out there. So, one down. Kim, what did you think of the first match?
Well, I feel like the sort of right from the get-go, the whole match went in Chris's direction.
In my favor? I mean, that's what I'm hoping for
Chris's
next time.
In Chris's favor? Yeah, me too. But, yeah. But I mean, we always hope for the best of the card distribution. But right. I think that we definitely saw more aggression from Chris. Like even when Jack had really good, some of his better hands, we didn't see the same sort of aggression that we would see from Chris coming. So I think in these heads-up matches, position is super important, aggression, and the cards is probably the third most important thing.
Yeah, we saw a lot of that on display. I also noticed a decent amount with bet sizing to it. Chris was taking a lot of like big bets on the river, and Jack didn't respond well to him. It was a combo of Chris had the cards and Jack just didn't.
You can't call with. It's so hard to call with bottom pair, even if you think your opponent might be bluffing there.
And Chris found all those spots where he sent some weakness from Jack, went for 80% pot bet on the river, got the fold, and those are huge pots to win. There's different instances where he could have just checked back and he would have lost to that bottom pair that Jack had, but Chris definitely took the aggressive approach and it worked out for him.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well played, Chris. You're going to advance to the next round. We'll see you in 2 weeks. And you're going to be playing the winner of this upcoming match. We've got Binkley versus Website Mark. I don't know who you picked in this one, but put you on the spot, Kim. Who do you got? Binkley or Website Mark?
I'm going to go with Eric, I think, for this one.
You cut out a bit. You said Eric?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go with Eric. So I think he's been doing a lot of studying. And I think that as long as he plays his game, I think he could come out on top. That would be my prediction. But we know with card distribution, it can go either way.
That's the beauty of this heads-up bracket. It's it's anyone's game at any point. My prediction, I think Binkley is one heck of a player, but I'm going to pick Website Mark because, one, I played him last year. So I played Chris last year. I played him. I'm going to keep picking the people that I played against. So spoiler alert, when we get to the Andrew versus Kelly matchup, when I played Andrew last year, you might know who I'm going to be picking. But when I played Mark, he took some unusual lines, and I think it's going to throw off Binkley. So we'll see if that comes through, but I'm going Website Mark.
Alrighty, let's go.
Yeah, Chris says Binkley was his pick to win it all. Oh, okay. All right. It is about that time. I think we have their matchup ready to go now. So let's head over there. Looks like we joined a tiny bit late, but nothing too crazy. Let me see if I can just get it a little bit more centered on my screen. There we go. Looks good. So kind of missed a bit of the action. We actually have a pretty big pot going here. 700 in the middle. Bottom pair versus top pair.
Yeah.
Guess I should have been on top of my game and joining a little bit sooner. Binkley taking it down. So kind of missed what the first part of the action there was, but it looked like
maybe a raised pot and then a call and then
some flop betting and then Mark kind of sticking around even with his pair. So yeah. I think we're gonna see more aggressive lines here than the last matchup. The last one we saw Jack playing pretty passively and Chris finding spots to get aggressive. I wouldn't doubt if this is like a back and forth, like guns a-blazing match.
Right.
So let's get ready.
So already we've got a raise and a 3. Was that a 3 bet? How did they get 200 in the pot?
Yeah, how did they? Right, it's just 20-40. I missed. We're talking too much. I got to concentrate. Last game, it was kind of slow moving, smooth, easy. We could kind of keep up with stuff. What a nice river card here for Mark. Gonna allow him to sneak away this pot. And just like that, we're gonna go back to pretty much even between the two.
This could be the way this match goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So here we're seeing the differences immediately. 6-9 suited. Website Mark says, "Yep, that's an open raise."
Yeah. And I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. And Binkley King Deuce, that's a defend. I agree. And then now we get to this point, and it's bottom pair versus nothing, and we still see some betting. So there's gonna be a lot going on here.
Well, I mean, you have to represent the ace when you were the pre-flop raiser. You're going to have the ace a lot of the time.
Yep. And that's what I noticed when I played Mark last year is he'll take those spots. He's like, my range should be good here. I'm going to keep betting. There it is. Is that 3/4 pot? And Binkley, a non-believer, calls with his bottom pair. I wasn't sure if Binkley was going to show up right away and be willing to call down in these spots.
Right.
Let's see. Does website Mark have that third barrel in him? I'm really interested to see what he does here. He does fire. Oh, and he gets it through. Website Mark. Good bluff.
I didn't see it because my computer froze for a minute. So I missed it.
Are you all caught up and back with it?
Almost, I think. Yeah.
Almost. Okay. So we're at a 10-7-3 all spade flop here. Website Mark getting top pair, but no one has a spade around.
Yeah. Check 2 twice.
Check 2 twice. No, Mark just bet out there and got called by Binkley. We got the 3 of diamonds on the turn here. Now getting check 2 by Mark. And this could be a tricky spot with the 7 river. You could think ace high is good. Same thing that we saw with Jack. But website Mark has the better 2 pair. I feel like check call seems all too obvious here, and that's exactly what we see. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing that we saw in that other match, isn't it?
And Chris Jones in the chat saying his advanced scouting team is running analytics on this one, so he'll be ready for his matchup. Well done, Chris. I guess we should have put you last and make you worry about playing your match before scouting the next ones.
Well, now we know why he had time for that video. He has a team.
That's it. Is this what they've warned me about in online poker, real-time assistance? Is this what he's got going on?
It's his team.
Website Mark goes for a really small 3-bet there and gets it through with pocket deuces. That's a scary one to be going with, because once you see a flop with pocket deuces, either you hit a set or you're scared.
So would you like to see the 3-bet a little bigger in that case?
If I'm gonna 3-bet, yeah, especially out of position. But I'd probably just call deuces. I don't think I'd be 3-betting deuces.
I'm the 3-bet, but I'd like to see it a little bigger because you don't want to get called.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want to be called. Like I said, you're either going to be hitting a set or scared. Especially in heads up when ranges are so wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I knew Lutzi was going to come in there. We've had some on-stream combating where he's taken me down with pocket deuces. Guy loves the hand. It's his absolute favorite. And the cool thing about the Twitch chat, you can see what people predicted for the matchups. So all the blues, 5x5, I believe, are picking Website Mark, and then all the reds, like John Lutzi and someone you used to know, picking Binkley. So you can see the.
Oh, that's really fun.
Yeah, so you can see what everyone picked in terms of the prediction.
Yeah.
The choice 1 or choice 2. And there's Gibber. Gibber predicted choice 2, which I believe was Binkley. But did I check if we had a winner from the Guess the Winning Hand for the first matchup? I don't think we...
Do we even remember what the hand was?
Someone in chat will be able to help me out. Ace 6, right? Yep. Yeah. Okay, see, you're better than me. Let's go back. We had King 10, Jacks, 8, 5, 9, 7. No one even... someone who used to know picked Ace Queen, which I guess is kind of the closest Ace High winning. But yeah, no one picked Ace 6, so open it back up for this next one. Yep. Of course, Chris knows what the winning hand was. Oh, yeah. Right. So Binkley raised pre and now is going to take the bet here. That makes a lot of sense. This pot could grow really quick. If Binkley's going to bluff at cards, like the king is going to be a good card to bluff at.
Yeah.
But that just made Website Mark have
2-pair.
A really good 2-pair. Like 2-pair and heads up is golden.
Yeah.
Oh, an overbet. Mark's never going anywhere here. But
how does he's Binkley... just deciding whether he's going to shove or not, probably.
Fair point. I mean, I guess my thought was you're always calling here. But there are 2 flush draws on the board. Your opponent very well could have a hand that he would just call off with here. Because when you get to the river, he jams.
Yeah.
Easy fold for Binkley there, but that's a lot of chips going Website Mark's way. We'll give credit to the hand distribution there for Mark. That's a good time to pick up that hand and have that run out.
Yeah.
These are, for Mark, who's raising up 6-3 offsuit, these are the types of hands that I'm all right just like pitching to start off with. But
and especially as our opponent's getting lower, right?
Mm-hmm. Because they're going to be jamming wider.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Kind of getting themselves into trouble here. I don't think Binkley is going to be going anywhere with a jack in this spot. I
think Mark could have taken a shot at that when he turned the gut shot.
The gut shot, yeah.
Because we haven't seen any aggression, any moves on this pot from Binkley. So I mean, we know what he has, but he could make a.
Given that we know what he has,
we could probably make a king fold. Like he can make a lot of hands that are better than his fold with a bet there. So I would probably like to have seen a bet. on the turn.
And I mean, if you're trying to get stuff like a king to fold or an ace high type of hand to fold, do you bet small there? And
I don't think you need
for pairs.
I don't think you need to bloat the pot. I'd bet like a third pot or between a third and a half pot kind of thing.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I like that. All right. Bunch of high card hands here. No one's really got anything, but we still see a bet and a call. Will anyone take another stab here? Or is Mark going to find a way to win with Jack high?
I think if Mark checks, then Eric has to stab at this with his 5 high.
Take a bluff, yeah.
With his 5 high.
Yeah.
No, he's got a 4.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. The old classic, Mark thinks he's bluffing, but he was actually ahead.
Bluffing with the best hand.
Oh, Binkley! Oh. Yes!
I love this. This.
Oh my goodness. Now I want to cheer for Binkley the rest of the way. Oh my. Yes, Binkley.
Oh,
Let's
man.
go.
What a gangster move that was.
Yeah. That was the perfect combat. Wow. I mean, if like how I was thinking about it is like Mark is aggressive and he takes lines like that, and Binkley's gonna have to find ways to fight back. I can't believe he found the spot there to go for the bluff all in jam. It looks so strong. Highlight of the night, someone you used to know says. I agree. What a play.
Yeah.
Binkley he's got ice in the veins. Ice in the veins does not faze him.
He's gonna call a bet here too, I bet you. If Mark tries to bluff this.
Bluffs it, yeah. I mean, this seems like a pretty good board for him to call down on. Deuce rarely hits his opponent range. He's really only worried about a 10. That's a big bet. Oh, he's thinking. Though. Look at you can see him. Mm-hmm. He's like, I should call. I think that head nod is a call. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Now he's been seeing a lot of cards and playing a lot of these hands and having a lot of these decisions when he's played the peel. When he plays peel, like all of our premium members should definitely check that out.
Peel is great.
Eric's peel sessions. He normally runs on
Thursday nights whenever I do my stream. So. Yeah. If you want to layer it in, you just come in, you hang out with me on my normal Twitch Thursdays, then you just roll it over into Peel in the evenings. It's a little bit later on in the night. I think it's something like, is it
maybe
10 p.m. Eastern or Central or 11
Central,
something like that. I forget one of those two. I just can never commit to it. Otherwise, I'd love to do it more, and I'm usually a little bit tired from streaming myself, but. Yes, it is West Coast friendly. A lot of good comments there. A lot of wows, some ballers. What a play! I don't think I could have done that. Says Jeff Cat. I don't think I could have pulled off that bluff that Binkley did either. I was surprised. I was looking away, like look somewhere else, pay attention somewhere else, and all of a sudden Kim starts reacting. I'm like, what is Kim reacting to? What? Oh, he jammed. Oh my gosh. Stewie says it's Binkley's his new hero. Yeah. And I mean, just like that, I always talk about the scales, right, of how stuff is tipping. Like website Mark had this thing. He was really putting the pressure on Binkley, and Binkley's boom back in it. Like now Binkley's actually the chip leader.
And we just saw him 3-bet pre-flop with King 4 offsuit, I think.
Who did that? Was that Mark?
No, Eric did. Pre-flop in the last hand. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, I was so thrown off by the bluff in the chat and all that. So
he's just ramping up the aggression.
Yeah,
here.
Aggression's huge and heads up.
And look at this; it's now he's got the slight chip lead. So
yeah, like I said, the scales. He's now gone not just back to even, but actually slightly above website Mark.
And when you get a big bluff like that through, and when you make a call that you weren't sure you were supposed to make and it turns out to be right, it really boosts your confidence.
Oh, yeah. And he got 2 of those.
Yeah.
Ooh. Straight on the river here for Mark.
Yeah. I just should go check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just gets you more in the flow of the game, and you just sort of seem to make better decisions, right? So
yeah, the confidence is huge. Like it's such a small thing, but I always credit like playing better to like when I really am up to speed on my pre-flop ranges, because now I'm not even thinking about pre-flop ranges, and like I have all the confidence that everything I did pre-flop was fine, and then I'm only concentrating on like flop, turn, river actions. Like I always feel my best when I'm playing like that, and that's just like the confidence coming through. And like Binkley now is going through this, and he feels confident about a lot of stuff. He feels like he's got those river reads.
Yeah, this hand I don't really like the 3-bet, because 7-8 suited is really a hand you want to see a flop with, and you don't want to get blown off by a cold 4-bet.
Oh, cold 4-bet. Woo! Oh,
so,
wow.
Like, I would have preferred to see him just flat that hand, because it's such a nice hand to see a flop with, the 7-8 suited, personally.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that he picked the king 4 the other time to 3-bet with, because a king 4, if you get 4-bet, you don't care. It's an easy fold. But you don't want to...
Well, don't you think about that with 7-6 suited? I think about that with 7-6.
No, 7-8 suited he had. And
it was 7-8 suited, sorry, my bad.
You really want to see a flop. You don't want to get blown off your equity. You got a lot more equity, I think, with 7-8 suited than you have with king 4 offsuit.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I'm not trying to like argue with it, but I feel like if you go for a 3-bet with 7-6 suited and you get 4-bet, like I think you have just as comfortable as a fold.
Okay, I agree. Maybe 7-6 suited, maybe 5-6 suited, but not 7-8 suited.
Oh, sorry, I keep saying 7-6-7.
Well, here's an interesting one.
Yeah. Interesting. So he checks. Mark's gonna bet. Does Binkley still have ice in his veins, and does he go for a jam? Because if he jams, it's not gonna be good.
Well, I don't think he can, and he's not really getting the right odds now. So
you don't think he can jam?
No, and Mark was a pre-flop raiser. He has all the nutted hands in his range.
He's got a lot of strong hands.
So I think that this is a really good bet size from Mark, and we just don't have the odds to.
You're just folding here.
We have.
You've a gut shot and a flush draw, the nut flush draw.
Well, let's do the math.
Oh, there's the jam. Mark's not folding. Run the equity. Oh.
Like, we could run that. That's a hand we can bring to the hand history review to talk about.
Take that down. Wow.
Because I don't think that we... Yeah. We're never getting a fold, and I don't think we have. I think we just call there if we're going to do anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's a tough spot. Monkey said that was an overbet flop for website Mark. Yeah, he's got a lot of really strong hands there. I think that makes a lot more sense in normal like 9 max games, like that flop.
Right.
Heads up, you just have such a wide range. I'm not sure if you can overbet there. I definitely understand the reasoning behind it, but
right.
I don't know if you do much overbetting. We had a really close. I'm looking at the predictions. It was 48% versus 52% for the predictions. So really split out there. But the website marks are going to take that one down. So congratulations to everyone that predicted website mark. Let's go back to the hands. We know what the hands
King Queen
were.
Offsuit, right?
No, it was Ace King.
Queen. Oh, Ace King, right.
Ace King.
Yeah.
A lot of aces were picked. We had an ace 4, an ace 5, an ace 8, an ace 7. Not seeing any ace kings though. No ace king predictions. But guess what, everyone? We've got another match coming up. Is 5x5 trying to guess ace king right now? King queen was close. That's true. Chris, if you're trying to guess ace king now, you know that's not right. You could guess that for the next matchup, but not this one.
Oh, he was just telling us what.
Okay, that makes way more sense. I assume negative intent with him. Is that bad? Yeah, so I mean that one went quick. I kind of suspected that one could be because Binkley's pretty aggressive and Mark is pretty aggressive.
Right.
So
that was a completely different dynamic than our first.
Totally. Yeah.
Our first match.
That's what's so crazy about this. We always see those different dynamics play out. So anything else that we need to say about that one? Like that one was
that was wild and fast and furious.
That one wild and fast and furious. I love it. Like if they all played out like that, I'd be confident going to like the blind levels that you want, Kim, of starting like at 150 big blinds deep, 200 big blinds deep, whatever it is, because then all the matchups we get over, no matter how deep everything is. But we gotta have some sort of way of speeding up these games, because we're an hour in. It's pretty good so far, but sometimes these games can drag on. But I don't know. I'm kind of rambling now.
All right. Well, let's see who do we have for our next matchup?
Yeah, let's get that prediction going. Next up is Andrew, otherwise known as Dealer 412, versus Kelly Stork. So Kelly, this is the second instance of someone who won their way in via the quarterly heads up tournaments that we did. So she has won her way in. So we got one winner, and then Andrew, like I said before, I played him last year, and he made it to the semifinals. So two good matchups here. They both had some pretty good trash talk videos as well. What are you thinking? Who do you got here?
I have to go with Andrew, I think, just based on his previous performance here. But I wouldn't be surprised if Kelly, I'm only giving him a slight edge here. Just very slight.
The coin flip.
Yeah. Kelly's very good. She did really, really well in the one that she won. Really tough competitor. So I think it could go either way, to be honest.
Yep. This one I had a tough time thinking through in terms of my predictions, and then I always like to go with the shtick, if you will. So I'm sticking with that. The people that I've played. So I played Andrew last year. I'm gonna pick him again. But this is one that I could see go either way.
Well, since we're so close, I'll pick Kelly then. Just so
there we go. All right. So I think it's going to be a good matchup.
Plus, she's the only other female in this.
Yeah, there you
go. So I really have to.
Yep, you're forced to now. You have to pick Kelly.
I have to pick Kelly now. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is one where I'm just unsure of how this game is going to play out. Like before the Binkley versus website Mark, I was like, I saw that and I'm like, this is going to be an aggressive matchup. Like this is just going to be fireworks back and forth constantly. This one, I don't know. I don't know if this one's going to be, raise, or just a whole bunch of calling and small bets. So we'll see how it all plays out. But let's see. People entering in their guesses for the winning hand. Let's see. Stewie's guessing 8-7. Evil Roy guessing 8-6. JB Twin Cities says Ace 10. Jasper Jr. says King 10. Someone you used to know guessing Ace 8. John Lutzy 8 Jack. Gibber says 9-8. Monkey System Jack 9. Queen 8.
Okay. It's so interesting. People are picking all these crappy hands to win. It's probably going to be a good hand that wins.
It could. Well, we've seen two aces win, right?
Right. Ace 6 and Ace King. Yeah.
Yeah. So aces have been strong, and it makes sense. Aces are usually good. You get into those like short stack situations, and you go with aces and just hope it holds. So Captain Walleye says Ace 5. Or now he changes it to ace 4 because someone else guessed ace 5, I think. Poker Geek says deuce 4 now. He increased his deuce 3 to deuce 4. So he's just going up just a little bit. So I think we're about ready. It looks like they're starting up their match now. So
okay.
We'll find our way over to the matchup. Looks like we got each of them sitting there, and I got it in here a little bit early this time as opposed to before we were a little bit slow. Looks like we're about to start up. Still no action. It'll be coming soon, I swear. There we go. All right, let me make sure I got all my stuff set up nicely. There we go. Kelly getting queens right away?
Oh.
This can't be right.
Do we have a limb?
No, this was just a 3x right away from dealer.
Okay.
4-1-2. Andrew goes 3x, and Kelly just calls.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I was looking at my screen. It looks like the hand is a little bit towards the bottom, but I think it's sitting just fine. So we'll leave it like that. Our Diesel says ace 10. Yeah. Rec Poker Rob says usually see the winner calling with an all in with any ace. So that's kind of what I was going at. Like you get into those spots. Someone has an ace and they just go with it. Really comfortable turn here for Kelly, turning a set on the very first hand. Now betting out half pot. Maybe we are going to see some chips fly here. We already got 500 in the middle. Make that 976 in the middle. Yeah, early on we're going. I don't think Andrew can end up calling here. It's not a half pot size bet, but just with this aggression, this betting, you got to think Kelly's got something better than just a pair of sevens.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Babker is calling for the pain right away. Wanted to see the ace of hearts on the river to give Kelly a full house and Andrew a flush, which would have been our first ever and probably only ever one hand matchup. Because someone rivers a flush in that spot versus a rivered full house, like you got to think some chips is going in there.
Okay. All right.
Kelly,
didn't quite see the pre-flop action there, but
I think it went limp check, and then Kelly on this flop deciding to lead out big. Kind of interesting and exactly what Andrew wanted to see really when Andrew flopped top pair. And now Kelly flipping it, led out when had essentially very little equity, and then now checking once she hits a 9.
That makes sense too.
Turning the worst into a bluff, but then now all of a sudden gets some showdown value.
Yeah.
Can I imagine bet call? Seems very likely here. Oh! Kelly folded. Interesting. I didn't expect to see that. She went for the bluff on the flop, but then turned the showdown value. There really wasn't much action after that, and then still found a fold on the river, which was correct, but not what I was expecting to see.
Okay, we see a bet and a call.
And good turn for Andrew, a good bluff card for Kelly to keep up the bluffing on.
Yeah,
and
unfortunately.
Unfortunately, exactly, yeah.
And he's slow playing here.
Yep. Oh man, this is. If Kelly took the bluff spot on the flop, nothing has really changed in terms of like strength of hands. So really easy to keep up the 3-barrel bluff here.
Right. Oh. So he doesn't give her a chance though.
Oh, he doesn't. Yeah, he goes over bet. Really easy for her then, but I don't know if I like the over bet. Everything that's calling you there is probably going to be betting, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I prefer the 3 checks.
Okay, we got a question from Mark. I think this one is specifically for you. What do you think about the exactly 50% turn bet by Kelly? I believe that would be a half pot bet.
Right, and I believe that poker now has those buttons preset for you.
Yep. Yeah, if everyone didn't know, there's a running joke in the rec poker community about pet vet and half pot bets.
Yeah,
she's not a big fan.
Not of people always making them because the buttons there.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Without thinking about the size of their bets. That's all I want people to do. Think about the size of your bets.
I totally agree, but there's certain things that we joke about.
And that's one of them.
That's one of them. Me not liking pocket fives and Chris loving pocket fives. Us calling John Somsky Poker Geek MN everywhere. And, we just keep the joke going over and over and over.
This match seems pretty even so far.
Yeah, some back and forth. Nothing too crazy.
I'd like to see an open here from Kelly. I would have.
Mm-hmm.
All right, a raise, but that's fine.
I haven't been paying too close of attention, but it seems like kind of some mixing of strategies by both people, at least from like opening sizes and how they're playing certain hands. I do like that she was gonna call that she called really quickly, because that really sends a message that when someone limps and then they call really quickly, that they're capable of having those like limp traps. So it may not work out here in terms of like representing strength, but later in the future when Kelly limps buttons, that quick call that she just did, I think strengthens her limping range.
She has to bet here. He's just checked to show.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He's like a give up. She has to bet.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be big. It can be just little. It doesn't have to be big at all.
And that snap call that you did could be what's scaring Andrew away from this, right?
Yeah.
So there may be that thought in the back of his head.
Oh, I love it, Kelly. I love it.
Yeah. It's a tough, like he's got a gut shot draw. So he's realistically got 6 pretty good outs here, but this is really tough. Yeah. Mark says, Taylor, how much weight do you give to those timing tells online? A lot. When people call quick, they have easy decisions, and you just have to use your brain to figure out what was said easy decision.
Right.
So,
so they probably don't have aces as a trap, because then they'd be thinking about whether they should raise there or just snap call.
Yeah, I'd be scared of pocket pairs there.
But not big pocket pairs. But not big ones.
But you know, let's cut out pocket fives because that's a trashy hand. But you know, 6s through 9s. See, we keep those jokes going, Kim, all the time, every single time. But like specifically, Andrew had pocket 3s there, and like what would go through my head is like you limp and then called really quickly. You probably have something like a pocket pair. And there's only one pocket pair that I'm beating right now.
This is an interesting lead by Kelly, and I don't really understand it because you had a pre-flop raise and a call, and now she leads out.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I really like Andrew raising it.
Yeah.
Because you don't always know what it is, but it seems, folded. Andrew doesn't get any action with his pocket queens. That's unfortunate. But on that other hand, like those small bets are usually like trying to get like information, you know, trying to like bet out and see, did you have an ace? And as Andrew, you just have to represent
I was the pre-flop raiser. I'm the one with the aces.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chris makes another good point. We're talking, Mark, I missed his other question. Do you also give weight to delays? And Chris has a good response. Delays are really hard to account for online because someone could have stood up from their chair, someone could have been looking at a different table, and stuff like that. So I don't give much weight to delays, but when someone does snap call or snap jam or make really quick actions, that's when I will, give some weight to how it's going on.
I like this bluff by Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she really picks up when her opponent shows any weakness.
Oh, Andrew says,
I'm not having any of it.
Yeah, I'm not having that. Jasper Jr., yeah, there is a delay on the action. So I see Kelly's out there. Kelly cannot see what Andrew's playing with and vice versa. So we have made very, very sure that there would be no negative intent from us live streaming our commentary. But yeah, very King High, very interesting call. That was correct. Well done by Andrew. And I mean, we're just back to the same spot. The scales haven't gone anywhere. We're still sitting nice and even here. That's a river card for Kelly.
Oh, it is.
The one that would win her the hand. But it goes check, check. So a small pot her way. I always find those to be the most demoralizing if I'm Andrew. Like, I had you the whole way. I didn't, bet the turn, and then you ended up, hitting your 3-outer there.
Right. Yeah.
Those are the ones that hurt me.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. This has been pretty good. Pretty even.
Yeah, it has been. It's a lot of back and forth, a lot of interesting lines. If I were either person, I'd be like, man, I can't really pick up what the other one's doing. Because if I saw Andrew call down with King High, I'd be like, all right, just shift it and start value betting way more. But then we've also seen Kelly take some weird lines, and I don't know how I would combat that. So I'm enjoying this one. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I like the previous one where we just saw a bunch of action, but this one is good in its own way too.
I'm kind of surprised to see the folds that I'm seeing to the raises. Not the dirty diaper can be folded, but I'd like to see a call for most of those smaller bet size raising, to 2 to 2.5.
Another one where Andrew has a big pocket pair and doesn't get any action. He's in the big blind and Kelly just insta mucks. He had it happen with queens and now with kings.
What a waste.
Yeah, we've had hand distributions that's been lopsided, says Mark, and I agree with that. One person gets a strong hand, the other doesn't, which is pretty common to have happen. Kelly's taking a lot of lines from out of position here. And doesn't seem like it's phasing Andrew all that much.
Yeah, she just doesn't believe he has any of it.
Yeah. She's constantly taking that spot, and Andrew's going to have to start picking up on that. But, that was a board that doesn't favor an opening range all that much. What was it, Jack 5-5? Yeah, it just doesn't happen all that much. So to lead into it is, definitely reasonable. But she's doing it a lot. She's taking a lot of those lines where you get a flop where it's not a whole lot of hands hit this. I'm going to start leading. Which works until Andrew figures out that that's what she's doing.
Yeah.
A big river bet here.
Representing a 6.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he would bet this big if he had a 7. So I think he's just polarizing himself to a 6 or nothing.
Which any pair versus those types of range where it's like a straight or nothing can call, and there we go. We see the call with bottom pair. So we saw Andrew call down with king high and win. Now we just saw Kelly call down with bottom pair and win. Maybe this will be over quick like the other one, because it seems like neither one wants to take the other's nonsense. This is a no nonsense heads up match.
Yeah. It's a good match. It's fun to watch.
I'm catching myself like pausing and just like kind of not talking a whole lot, because I'm like thinking through all the different actions. I'm like, okay, well, what is Andrew trying to represent here, and then what would Kelly call with in this spot, and like thinking through all those things, and it's got me going. Yeah, gutsy call, great call. Yeah, everyone is. We're seeing a lot of good calls here. That was kind of big for Andrew there. The scale was starting to tip a little bit too much in Kelly's favor in terms of the chips. He needed that one. Mm-hmm. Everyone's got a whole lot of nothing here. Oh, wait, no. Andrew rivered a flush. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, rivered the flush.
Whoop. Pay attention, Taylor. Pay attention to suits. So we saw, it was versus a limp. Andrew raised the pocket threes. Let's see what Kelly does here with the pocket threes. Just going to call.
Just a call, yeah.
And then this is what I always say about those low pocket pairs. You just like, you either hit really good or you're just like, oh man, now I don't know what to do.
Right. So I think you can use them when you're much shorter than this. You can use them as a jam over a raise.
I totally agree, yeah. Mm-hmm. But we're so deep here. Yeah. It doesn't feel good as a 3-bet.
No.
And then all the runouts always just like feel worse and worse the more you go along.
Because you never
look. Here's another 8. Yeah, there's only 2 outs that make you hit a set, and then otherwise it just keeps becoming overpairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Andrew's got to keep betting here, right? He's got a good king. He's got a kicker that connects with some potential straight draws. Yeah. So it looks like we got the little tracker up on Poker Now here that keeps track of like how many hands each person has won. So it's pretty even so far. Andrew's won 15 hands. Kelly's won 12. A lot of back and forth. Hey, here's some cards that could be some action. Pocket sevens versus ace-6 suited.
Yeah.
Do you put ace-6 suited into a 3-betting range here, Kim?
Sometimes, not always.
Sometimes, not always. Andrew says this is one of those times.
Yeah.
And when you have ace-6 suited and this flop comes out, this feels like a total whiff.
But how can you stop betting when you were the 3-better?
That's the thing I'm always stuck on, Kim. You 3-bet, and then all of a sudden it's like you have this obligation to keep barreling and keep going on and on and on and on. And when do you ever stop after you 3-bet?
See, if he had gone 3 barrels, he could have had her fold because 2 overcards and a flush coming in, right? Mm-hmm.
And then it's tough when he hits his 6 on the river. He's going for value there, but what hands are going to call?
Right.
It's a really tough spot. You don't really want to check because, hey, you finally got a pair and you beat other ace-high nonsense, but is that ace-high nonsense going to call your bet? I think I like it as a check call, trying to trap your opponent.
missed what happened here.
Yeah, I think it was a raise and a call. Andrew's been going pretty big with his pre-flop sizing. I wouldn't doubt if it was something like 3x, and then Kelly just calls with the ace-10.
Right.
And sticking true with the, hey, we're going to keep calling rivers game, this time it doesn't work out for Andrew, because Kelly had turned an ace. And shield your eyes if you're anyone like me, but if you're Chris Jones, this is where you probably want to clip the stream. Pocket fives wins. Oh. You got to find out a way to keep that hand from being dealt in these games.
I like that Andrew is Andrew's limping now, like bringing more limps into the game now that he's shorter.
Yeah, he lost those hands. He's now a little bit shorter. I agree.
You want to see more flops, and in position you can if you're in limping.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then also be ready to take those aggressive lines too when they come up.
Mm-hmm.
Tough call there though. Even to like a small bet. You just have queen high, no other draws outside of just having like queen high.
Yeah. I'm not sure I like the call there. I think when you're saving chips by limping, when you don't have much equity, it's
when you just get nothing.
You just get away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mark says, what threshold do you like to start seeing that limping range? How many big blinds are you going to start limping off of, Kim?
I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see what I decide to do. But I think that you're supposed to start limping very early on, like 50 big blinds.
Okay. That's higher than I would have said. I think my threshold is...
Heads up only. I'm just talking about heads up.
No, I totally agree. Because we're in MaREC Madness, the heads up tournament. So that's all we're going to talk about. But yeah, I mean, my gut reaction was like 20 or maybe a little bit more. But
no, I think it's much, much higher.
Much more? Okay.
Yeah,
I can see
because, and it's not... It's like you're supposed to sort of have a mixed strategy. So some hands you're going to be limping some of the time and raising some of the time. And then, you can raise some of the bottom and raise some of you can stay in the middle, and there's all kinds of different strategies. But as you get shorter, you start limping more and more, of course. But I think that...
You got to write them all down. All those mixed strategies you got to write down beforehand so you don't start messing them up or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't try and say, queen 8 offsuit, I have to limp 40% of the time and raise 60% of the time. I'm not that good, but but I know that from watching some of Pads on Pads heads up course that limping, you want to be in 90% of the pots.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
If you don't bring limping into your game, you're just exploitable. Because now your opponent can just 3-bet so wide. If
you're like Monkey System, it says it hurts him. He lays awake for hours at night when he limps. So if you have that problem, then maybe you shouldn't be limping. Then just stick to a razor fold strategy.
It's really hard for me to limp too, because I'm of when I learned poker, it was people who limped are weak.
Yeah, I know.
And now limping is a big part of the game, and it's going to become a big part of the game in multiple, like when you're full ring games as well.
Yeah. Hey, do you ever see the memes out on Twitter or anywhere else? They have the IQ curve, and it's like the really dumb guy, the like average intelligence guy, and then the really smart guy. I saw one about limping. It was like really dumb guy is like, I like to limp. I like to play a lot of hands. And then the middle guy was like, you can't limp. It shows weakness, and you got to either be raising or folding. And then the really, really smart guy's like, I like limping. It allows me to play a bunch of hands. And it's like, it works both ways. I get it. Yeah. It's a really good one.
Yeah, I like that.
Because if you have the wrong intentions behind it, like you're just like, I'm just going to limp because I just want to play a bunch. It's not right. But like this other side of it where the joking the smart guy comes from, is like you do want to play hands when you're in position, so like it makes sense to limp stuff from like the button here where you're just gonna have position the whole way through.
I think that if your opponent never is not 3-betting very much, then you can raise.
Yep.
And if more, and if your opponent is 3-betting you a lot, then I think you should just bring more limps in.
Totally agree.
Also, if your opponent is folding to raises, then you should raise every hand until they stop.
No, yeah, exactly. No, you're totally right. You got to think about it that way. It depends on your opponent too, because the limp is the combat against the 3-bets and like playing huge bloated pots, and allowing your opponent to jam on you and stuff like that. Interesting hand here, ace queen, ace 9. You don't see these hands all that often. We could
no.
Pretty nothing flop. I was kind of wondering if Kelly was going to lead out there, because this is one of those like nothing types of flops.
Now she has a gut shot.
Quick call. Yeah.
So now
so does Andrew. That is the gut shot coming through.
So I was going to say I would have liked to seen her lead, if she was going to lead that turn, because he made such a small bet, and she has the gut shot. Yeah.
And when you hit your straight, go bigger. Get more chips in there. She just went for one big blind.
Yeah, a little bigger.
All right, Kelly's getting that hammer ready. He's got essentially a 4-1 chip lead right here, so we could see this end anytime soon.
What do we have? What are we at here? 35.70. Okay.
Yeah, 35.70. Blinds are going to go up to 40.80 in 2 minutes or so.
Okay.
So, it's relatively short stack, but the blinds are also set up in a way that they go up very slowly and gradually. It's not all of a sudden he's just going to be hit and be like, oh, now I'm sub 10 big blinds. If he loses a bunch of hands, then yeah.
Right. I guess it's like if you lose a couple of 3-bet pots or 3-barrel pots, then you find yourself on the short side in this sort of situation.
Yeah. Mark says Andrew's down to like 15 big blinds. Yes, he is with the 70. And then, like I said, with those blinds, if the blinds do go up, they're going up here in like a minute or so, and he stays at this. He's still got, 13 bigs, just on 12.5, something like that. So it's not a huge hit to stack the blind levels. Deuces, like if you have deuces and you're looking for flops to like feel somewhat all right about when you get a paired board on the flop, like those are the ones that you kind of feel all right about.
Right.
And we saw a call on the turn, and then.
Sorry, did he limp this? I didn't see him.
I missed it too. Yeah. I was looking at chat. We need the commentators to pay better attention. We just started talking about it. Monkey System says he did limp that one.
Okay.
And here we get a min raise. So definitely getting all the different aspects. I don't mind it. I like keeping your opponent guessing. If you're doing it correctly with the right distribution of hands that should be limping versus raising, I think it can work out. Well, we're about half hour into this matchup. I think this is the longest one thus far. I think the other ones, I think Chris's went just over like 25 minutes or so. And then Binkley versus Mark was over in, I think, sub 20. So
yeah.
We could see this one end anytime soon, but so far it is the front runner for longest tournament that or heads up match we've had.
Yeah. It's a battle.
Yeah. And we kind of like the general flow that I think I've picked up on, and it happened last year too, is just, one person gets off to a lead, and then it starts putting pressure on them. And if you can get that like fight back of, those like Andrew doubling up here, it can make the match really long, because then all of a sudden it goes back to 3,000 versus 3,000, and these blind levels are really lenient. Like, you're still 30 plus big blinds deep, so then all of a sudden there's a lot of play left in here.
Right.
But what we've seen thus far, if he can get the double, exactly, because what we've seen thus far is they haven't been able to get the double, and then it's just that arm wrestling match where it's just boom, pinned right away. So we'll see what Andrew can do here. Gonna need to start winning some, but otherwise Kelly's winning that arm wrestling match right now. Not the most friendly board for Andrew with his 9. Does give Kelly bluffing opportunities.
But she hasn't betted it. She hasn't
betted at all. Yeah. Would ace high go check, and then now go for a bet on the river? If she bets, that's what Andrew's going to have to think through.
Right.
She bets
I think
really
it's such
small.
a small bet he has to call with any pair.
I think so, but it is like you're trying to read through what does the small bet mean. I think we've seen her do this with some of her value hands too, so it can be a little bit tough.
Yeah.
He calls in his right, so good call by Andrew there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When I see small bets like that, I definitely am really contemplating being like, well, I should. Like, I know what math says, and I know I know I should call here, but why would you bet so small if you didn't want me to call?
I think to fold out anything that's not a pair, but that's still beating her, because she had just low cards, right?
Mm-hmm. Just trying to get high cards to fold.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Top pair versus a gut shot draw. If this was Mark versus Binkley, I think we'd see all the chips in the middle. Kelly can definitely has some restraint here.
Yeah, she said she bet because she's
hoping you had garbage. Yeah,
that's why.
There it is. Yeah.
Or just no pair, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he folds no pair.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about no pair essentially being the same as garbage. Okay, here's that rivered straight again for Kelly. I feel like Andrew's going to... Oh, I thought Andrew was going to bet here for sure.
Wow.
You have second pair, really good kicker. The flush draws miss.
Well,
Pony Boy says neither is aggressive enough. Yeah, this is definitely a less aggressive match than we've seen. But we're gonna see a lot of different styles of play.
We just went through that hyper aggressive match.
Yeah, right. Everything would seem really passive compared to the last one we had. But we like to that point though. We haven't seen a whole lot of 3-bets. We've seen some, not a whole lot. I don't think we've seen a check raise yet, have we? I haven't been paying the closest attention, but I don't think we've seen a check raise. We haven't seen any raise coming up, or many raises outside of that. So yeah, it has been fairly passive.
All right, so everybody's still to play. There's lots in the arsenal you can bring out. Let's get some check raising in.
Walleye says flush draw came in, didn't it?
There was 3 hearts. There was 3 hearts on the board.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Again, I'm not paying the closest of attention. I gotta monitor chat. I gotta chat it up with Kim, and I should pay more attention to make my commentary better. But
All right, so we have a crap hand versus a crap hand.
Crap hand, yeah.
And now
there's a deuce. I was gonna say there's not much for Andrew, because if a 4 comes out, all of a sudden both of them are gonna get it in with 2 pair versus better 2 pair. The deuce is one of the 2 outs, and it's a very sneaky.
What size bet to make on the river here?
I don't think based off the flow of the match, I don't think I go too big, but like 220.
Right. Yeah, that's too big, I think.
That's too big still? Yeah. I can see it. He goes pot.
Oh, I would have just gone like 175, 200.
Yeah, I think how this match has been going, we've seen a lot of call downs. So I want to lay a price that they're going to call down with ace high, even king high. Yeah, she says, Big Blatt, are you bluffing? so maybe it's working. She's going to think about it.
Yeah, I think she'll pay him off if it's smaller.
Yeah,
maybe
I think
even
so
to your
too,
sizing that you said. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, just based off how this match has been going, like we haven't seen any pot size bets yet, have we?
I think there was one early on, but
okay.
Yeah. Maybe that was the other match.
Maybe we'll get them all messed up. We've been here for an hour and a half, so. Well, I said small ball, baby. It's been a small ball match. Every match is gonna feel very different. So everyone Kim wants bigger stacks so she can play not small ball but big ball, but also be allowed to play a bunch of hands, right? Yeah.
I want to be able to bring my 3-bet bluffs ranges into play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We haven't seen any 3-bet bluffs, so pre-flop I'm talking about.
Not in this match. I think the closest thing that we've gotten to a 3-bet bluff was last match with the 7-8 suited.
Right. Which is it was the King 4 offsuit.
Yeah, the King 4. Yeah,
that was a really good 3-bet bluff. Like I stand by I like a call with the 7-8. See the equity there.
Yeah. Now Kelly gets the big pocket pair but no actions. So we've seen Andrew have pocket queens and pocket kings and get no action. Now Kelly with the pocket kings not getting any action. Yeah, it's a pretty ugly flop for King Deuce. Not really what you want to see is the 6, 7, 8. All right. Andrew's got pocket 9s now. It looks like he's going to get a bit of action. Is this a 3-bet for you, pocket 9s?
Yes, absolutely. Heads up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, and it's just a straight-up jam for him for 20-ish?
Yeah,
right around
big
20.
Blinds. That's okay. It might be a bit strong for that, but that's okay. Mm-hmm. He's out of position, so I don't mind the jam at all.
Yeah, I think I do like the jam, because if you're going to 3-bet, you're going to go to something like 500 or more. That's already a third of your stack. And then how are you going to react on flops when you have pocket 9s?
Right. So let's just get it in.
Yeah, just get it in. Just run the equity. This one, we could see some action. Queen 10 suited, ace 3 suited, both looking really nice.
Ooh, and they both get a little piece of that.
Mm-hmm. Although the 3 doesn't feel as strong and nice.
No. Like to see another bet.
Right, against 2 flush draws out there, potential for straight draws. I feel like you got to go to deny some equity from your opponent. It's not exactly the hand, but yeah, no, I like how that one played out. Well, Andrew's slowly but surely kind of crawling and working his way back into this matchup.
Yeah, it's 2-1 in chips now. I think it was 4-1 at one point, wasn't it?
It was 4-1. Yeah, it was 4,800 to 1,100 or 1,000 or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, this could be trouble.
We have to see a raise here from Kelly, and then how does Andrew react to it?
Big raise.
That sizing is something that I feel like you're just gonna instinctively call. Yeah. And
that's unfortunate. That's just
now
cooler.
3-1 distribution of chips.
Yeah.
But
a real hand.
But ace king's a nice one, and he goes for the limp. So he's going to be putting ace king into the limping.
I'd rather see aces and kings put into the limping.
I think so too. Mm-hmm. I think aces and kings make a lot of sense as limp traps, and then you want to keep some of those other strong hands in there, and I think you want to keep ace king as raises. That's generally how I approach those types of spots.
Yeah,
but
I concur.
If you're going to combat ace king, I think the best thing that you can do is just flop 2 pair like this. So
yes. That's a good combat.
yeah. That's how you combat those hands.
That's
also how you combat aces.
I'll be ordering that up.
Yeah. If your opponent has aces, the best way to combat it is to get 2 pair. So
I think he lost
keep doing
the
those
minimum.
things. Yeah, but now we're back to 4-1.
Yeah.
We're teetering on the brink.
And I like that she's now limping because, she can just fold if he jams rather than losing that extra big blind with
exactly.
raising.
That's. Mm-hmm.
And she can also limp when she's planning to call off as well.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah, like that situation early on where she limped and then snap called.
Right.
Like those types of things can keep carrying weight in Andrew's head. Like, oh, she limps. Now is she trapping? And put enough in there. So we're at 50, 100.
This is going in.
I think so. When you got 10 bigs and an ace, you have to just send it.
Yeah.
And there it is.
This is pretty borderline.
Yet not unreasonable to call is what I was going to say.
Not unreasonable. I prefer this suited.
Yeah. My guess for Kelly, seeing how it's played out, is a fold. Especially when she sends the chat that says, "I knew you were going to do that." I think that's a precursor to a fold.
I actually like a fold here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, given how everything else is going on, you have to feel confident in how stuff is going on and not really be interested in trying to take a spot where you're like, I think I have, some equity. This could be it.
Yeah.
4s versus ace 8.
Yeah, I think this is a
brace yourself.
Call.
Everyone guessed a lot of aces. This could be a winning guess here if someone guessed ace 8.
I thought the only one I heard was some low aces we had picked, and ace jack I remember somebody picked.
Yeah, I don't see any ace.
Oh, well there you go. Let's swap a set.
Okay, this is irrelevant now that I'm looking, but I didn't see anyone pick ace 8. Now, I guess it wasn't totally irrelevant. I spoke too soon. A straight could have come out, but flopping a set, pretty strong thing to do.
Yeah.
And there we go. We see the first all in and win
double
to kind of bring it back. No one guessed ace 8, so I don't think anyone's too upset about that Andrew double in terms of for the giveaway. Still limping. 20 bigs effective. I think that's still fine.
I would probably raise a king on the button.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just a min raise and then fold to the jam.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what Andrew does here. Now he's got a very similar hand. Let's see what his strategy is going to be. He's limping as well.
But that's different. He's limping because he's short.
Because he's the short one? You think it's different if you're the short one versus the other one's the short one?
Yeah. And to be honest, I think when you start to get short, I think you can just open jam your kings, most of your kings. I don't know if he's that short. What are our blinds now?
It's 50 and 100. It's a really easy math now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So we can do that. I think Andrew's got about 17.8 bigs behind.
Okay.
Yeah, so how the blind levels work, they're really slow and gradual, but there is it gets a little bit longer as we go throughout here. So all the previous levels were going up every 7 minutes. we're now at the stage where they're going up every 10 minutes. So there's slow progression, and then that keeps getting longer. Really trying to like draw out the play if it is, having these back and forths. So a lot of play that can still happen here. It's not going to keep going up fast for these players.
Let's see the jam here.
I think this is a jam. And there it is. Kelly can't call though. She folded the queen 9 before. There's no way she's calling this queen 3. No way. I didn't see what Andrew folded there. What did Andrew fold there? On the
like it was 2 junky hands. It deuce 5 or something.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the deuce 3.
Deuce 3.
Yeah,
and deuce
5
5
deuce says Gibber. Yeah, I guess 5 deuce is kind of what I was talking about there before in terms of those bad hands. I just totally missed what it was because I was like, I wasn't expecting to see just a straight up fold.
Yeah.
Pretty passive. That just checked all the way down, right?
Yeah.
Like I said before, small ball, baby.
And we're back to 2-1. Yeah, 2-1.
Yeah, that double up really is what helped Andrew. And again, we can keep track of how many hands each person has won. Kelly's won more hands, 44-37.
Wow, we've had a lot of hands.
It's been a lot of hands. Yeah. I think the longest matchup that we had last year was the third game that Chris and I played. I think that went well over an hour when we played, and I forget the exact total of it, but I think pretty sure we were over like 100 plus hands with that. So we were getting kind of close there. We're at about 85 here. I think this software just kind of like cycles through hands a little bit quicker than PokerStars does.
Right.
But yeah, definitely a lot of hands here. This is, I feel like this is, even compared to like last year, this is the second longest match we've had in all the series. So unofficial stat, by the way. I don't know that for sure.
Right. All right. So we got a limp. We got
limps, and then each hits a pair. Now let's see what goes on.
We should have a check call, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
Probably goes check now. No, she still has top pair. I wouldn't be surprised if she double barrels. Yeah.
Yeah, she does. She goes 220.
All right.
So we'll see what Andrew decides. Andrew folds. That's interesting. It's tough to make pairs in no limit hold'em, especially heads up. But that's the delicate balance of, playing heads up and deciding. Another situation where Andrew gets a premium hand, pocket tens. Kelly just folds. That's gotta be frustrating.
Yeah.
And another limp with ace jack. It seems like they're almost like implementing a total limp strategy at this point. We've talked a lot about the pros of limping, but I don't think Pet Vet would be limping 100% of her range here, would she?
No. We'll have to wait and see, but probably not.
Yeah. I think you got to mix in some raises there, too. I mean, it may be a situation of game flow, because neither was really folding 2 raises, and maybe both of them are kind of just trying to adapt to the, you're not going to fold, I'm just going to try and control the pot size by limping. Because no one's really raising the limps either. So
there hasn't been much 3-betting in this one.
We might see a 3-bet here. Ace 4 suited, pocket tens. Pocket tens just has to ship it. And they do. Ace 4 suited can definitely call. We might see it here. Someone guessed Ace 4 too. Someone's out there going, call and hit an ace. I think you call here with Ace 4 suited. Kelly doesn't like the aggression.
16, though, I don't like. Yeah, mean, you still have...
she finds a fold.
Yeah, I don't mind that
but you
fold,
have an
actually.
ace. Like,
I'm
Andrew
call...
could be doing that with king, queen, king, jack, that type of stuff.
It's true.
He could be doing it with better aces, which is, part of the concern, and then he is also doing it with pocket pairs. So you're trying to like toe that line correctly, but you've put in 2 big blinds already.
Yeah, she wants to keep her. It was 16 big blinds, so I think she just wants to keep her lead.
Advantage because she's still 2-1, over 2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. While I who had guessed ace 4 says shucks, he was hoping for the call and the ace on the board. Now will we see Andrew raise up over the limp? Because we haven't seen much of this. People have been playing very passive when limp 2 as well.
Well, we just saw her limp that ace jack too. This is a really small raise, yeah. I think that raise has to be bigger. I wouldn't even mind a jam there. I wouldn't have minded him shoving.
This could be interesting. Kelly turns the straight, but Andrew's got a better straight draw.
And he's betting it.
And he bets small, and it just calls. Kelly's got a bet here now. Kelly checks. Wow. That feels like a missed bet there. Obviously, she wins the hand, but got a straight.
Yeah.
Like if your opponent has 2 pair, they're going to end up calling. A lot of hands that you beat are going to find a call there.
He could have jammed this hand.
The jack 8 suited?
Where our blinds went up. So he's only got,
Oh, yeah, they did. 61-20.
Big blinds. But takes it down anyway.
And he's had good results with the jam, too. He's only seen Kelly fold to the jam. Outside, he did have a double up. What was the double up hand again? Fours versus
2 overcards.
Ace 8, something like that.
Yeah.
So he's seen her call 1 of the jams. But she has folded a few times as well to his jam, so... I was just trying to think about the dynamics of... It felt like she's been folding a lot, but there was that instance where she did call. Well, I keep thinking like we're gonna see that ultimate hand, the one that ends it. And,
it just shows you like you can just go through so many hands of poker and just not get dealt any hands.
Yeah. The only difference between this and when Chris and I were battling last year...
I'm surprised he limped here.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of limps.
Right, but I mean, he's got to try and... Any ace, I think, an ace deuce is so weak. You gotta deny equity there, I think.
Right, because the tough part about those weak aces is when you see flops. Unless you hit an ace, you're kind of in this spot where it's like, I've got some equity, I've got a high card, but even if I hit the pair of the other card, like that's not what I'm looking for. So it makes it tough to play those weak offsuit aces.
Right.
But what I was saying was last year, Chris and I, we went through a battle, and a lot of our battle was all ins, and then whoever the lower chip stack was winning. So we had a whole bunch of like all ins and swings and calls and stuff like that. Yeah. This not so much. This has just kind of been the like, there's 3 big blinds out there in the middle, and fight over it. Someone wins 3 big blinds, and then goes for it. We could see something here. Oh, if it wasn't all diamonds. Yeah. If this wasn't all diamonds, I'd feel like we're going to get all the chips in the middle.
Right.
If it's a jack, offsuit jack that comes out, we could potentially. Straight for straight. I feel like that's a big bet. If you're Kelly, do you call here? You've got top pair. You don't have a diamond. Oh, she finds a fold.
Wow. Good fold.
If Andrew knew what hands she was folding, I would bet he would be much more inclined to start betting bigger, jamming all in more in spots, because it does feel like Kelly is staying away from variance whenever she can.
Right.
She wants to go all the way to the river, see those river cards, and then make decisions.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna get some more chips in here. Yeah, 120. Kelly's just gonna call and win that. Yeah. Well, I missed. I was gonna call it out when we got there, but we have gone over 100 hands now. Each person almost up 50 hands won. It's a really cool how this will keep track of the amount of hands won. On a jam from Ace-6.
Wow.
When you have Queen 9, do you call it off? She folded the offsuit combo before. Now you have the suited combo.
Yeah,
and
I think
Kim said before, if it was suited, do you call Kim?
I think so, probably.
Yeah.
There. I don't know. I'd have to see how I felt in the flow, but I think she's supposed to call there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's tough though. You only got Queen, and it's
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I get it. But it was an interesting spot too, because
this King Queen I probably would jam pre-flop.
Just straight up jam. So
yeah.
Andrew's got 15-ish.
He did have. Now he's got a little bit more. Yeah.
A little bit more. Yeah, you're right. But I was gonna say on the previous hand, Queen 9 suited, she opens, and she opened to 2.6 bigs, or oh no wait, no, blinds went up. It was just over 2. Sorry, I was thinking we were still at 50-100.
Right.
And I was going to say she chose a big sizing and then folded, like just keep going with the small sizing, but it was just over 2 big blinds. So I'll retract where I was going with that. And Andrew finding his way to like slowly get into us. Yeah, it's got to be tough for Andrew too, because every time he keeps trying to get back into this, he can't cross that threshold of ever getting like the chip lead.
Right.
He's trying his hardest to work his way back there, but like Kelly is just not letting him have the opportunity.
Yeah, she's making good folds and good reads on it. It's really patient play too.
Yeah, very very patient, and again staying away from that variance. I was going to say if we saw a 7, we were going to end up seeing an all-in, but it wasn't going to really make a whole lot of difference with both of them having the... It would have been a straight on the board. They each would have felt amazing about it, because they've been like, there's 5 to a straight on the board, and I've got 1 overcard to it.
Yeah.
It's the optimal spot, but then they both had the same overcard. It would have just been so melodramatic.
So we just see him open fold the 10 high there, and I think that for the most part he's not getting raised when he's limping, so just limp and see some flops when you're short.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're not being raised, just limp and play stuff post flop in position with more information. Yeah, it's something I totally agree with. If your opponent's not being aggressive, you should be adapting.
Yeah.
Is this the dirty diaper or the clean diaper? I don't know the.
That's a clean diaper.
Lingo. That's a clean diaper. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Where's that famous at? Is that a specific
That's from the World Series of Poker, from the guy.
Is it?
What was his name?
Okay. I thought that was like one of those hands. Like I feel like different locations have like different hands. Like I think Reno's got like a specific hand. Gibber says Pittsburgh. So maybe it is some sort of like this hand's favorite play, or this place's favorite hand.
Yeah.
I don't know the story behind it or anything. Oh, a big bet here. He's not going to get a fold. Kelly's got the straight. Yeah. That's not a clean diaper. Actually, that's just a diaper. That hand, I think. He went for the bluff. He had the nut low, so he's turning the bottom of his. He's got turning the bottom of his range into a bluff, but Kelly just has a straight.
How does she know how to fold?
Yeah, and another pocket queens with Kelly folding pre. Oh, this has got to be demoralizing for Andrew. If I was seeing this play out, like, I'd just be so upset. Every time I'm getting a hand, you're just folding. Yeah. Every time I'm trying to bluff, you're calling down and having everything that beats me. But he's still alive. It's not over yet. This it feels like it could be over soon, but these blind structures are set up pretty nicely to allow a lot of play. If only Kelly would have had the deuce. What did Somsky guess this time? Was it deuce 4? Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been good here. Yeah, everyone was starting to pick up that ace high is a good hand to have to call for an all-in. Somsky is taking the other approach of, like, you get a crappy hand and hit strong, and then you're busting someone else with the strong hand pre-flop. So that's why he's taking the stuff like deuce 4.
Right.
And that nonsense.
Nonsense, I would say.
Nonsense, yeah.
We'll take the under on that one, Winnie.
It doesn't seem likely.
Oh, we could see some trouble.
Yeah, both top pair versus second pair. But we haven't seen a whole lot of action. I just have the feeling like it's not going to end here. And it goes check, check, yeah.
Wow.
And even Andrew, like, checking here. I feel like this is a spot where I'd be betting, like, all the time. And just one big blind there on the river. Very, very passive actions. Both of them are taking.
All right, get your chips in.
With ace jack? Get them in. Too bad Kelly only has 8-3 offsuit. Gibber says they seem to be afraid of the flushes. Yeah, there have been some flushes that have come in, but yeah, you can't be too scared of those.
Oh, has anybody ever looked under their bed? Wide. There's a lot of flush monsters under your bed.
Oh man. Oh no. Not the flush monster. I'm just waiting for the deck setup. All it's going to take is for Andrew to have a decent hand and Kelly to have a better one.
Right.
But we're just not seeing it.
No, we saw a lot more even distribution, I think, on the last match. When they were both getting pretty aggressive, they were both getting some good cards. And yeah.
This has been a lot of, like, just middling hands. Oh, queens again. I think he'll get some action here from 10-9. At least a limp from Kelly.
Okay.
And then is he going to jam?
You have to.
Yeah. I mean, he's so short. And, like, the math behind this for Kelly even. She's got to call 630.
Yeah.
And she finds a fold, but there was 300 out there, so she's only got to have, like, 40% equity to make the chip EV call. But yeah, 10-9 is tough to call there.
Yeah. This is just a jam again. It's almost a half of your stack.
You just got
you just have to
some
realize
sort
your
of equity.
Yep. Yeah.
Because even if you're behind, you still have some outs, like almost all the time.
I don't mind this bet either. It's fine. But there's a lot of scary cards for us to come on the turn.
Right. Opponent calls, and then all of a sudden it's a queen or a 9 or a king or an ace. Like, all of those, then all of a sudden you're like, I don't feel too good. So yeah, I can get behind just a jam there. All right. This is the dirty diaper, I've heard. And he hits a pair. Pair versus pair. This could be it. Do you go with a bottom pair? You're looking for any sorts of pairs, essentially, and you get in this spot, and you've got bottom pair, bottom kicker.
I don't think so when you get bet. When it's bet to you. Like, I think that if he was the initial better, or he got checked to, then I think he can go with it.
Okay. If it was more passive actions that had
right on
taken
the other
place
side,
on that.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He's just dealt crap.
There's been a lot of that. Like...
And then when he gets a premium pair,
he just jammed the 7-6 off. He's just getting fed up with the situation.
Is that a frustration jam?
Frustration jam. Yeah, there you go. Kelly's got a. She says, "I want to call here."
Yeah, I think you want to call with a suited king. Yeah.
It's 140 big blind. It's 930. So what's the math there? It's like.
Yeah, I think
7
that's a call.
Bigs. You've got a suited king. That's a pretty good hand. It's always tougher to call a jam than it is to jam yourself.
So that should have been a jam, though. She should have jammed that pre-flop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Andrew's just never going to put another chip in here, I don't think. And he doesn't. It feels like, I don't know the exact length, but it feels like Kelly's had the chip lead for like the past hour. And we've just been waiting for that spot that would end the tournament, but we haven't.
It must be frustrating. It's really hard to be in that position that Andrew's in. And you just feel so beaten down, and he's just like hanging in there and hanging in there, and you just got to wait for your spot and then hope your hand holds up and get that first double up, and then the second double up when it happens.
This is a tricky limp. I was like, we could see Andrew go for a frustration jam here. I mean, 5-3 is obviously a terrible hand, but I wouldn't have been too surprised to see a frustration jam. Oh yeah, ace-4. Here was the option because Rob had guessed the ace-4, but it's not the knockout hand. The ace-4 does win, but Andrew was not going to put a chip in there. He will put in chips here, though. Yeah, he goes all in with ace-jack. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
This is like having that. Like, I'd like to see Kelly jamming these hands, these suited kings and suited queens. They're good hands when your head's up and he's so low. Like, just let him deny his equity. No, deny his equity. Like, when she limps, he gets to realize his equity on a flop, right?
Well, now he's jamming the 8-7 off. I think that was the same hand he jammed before. Maybe it wasn't a frustration.
Oh, here we go.
This has got to be it. Right? This has got to be it.
This is going in.
But will it end here, though? That's the thing. Like, ace-queen could win.
Of course.
We've been
almost
waiting for
half the time.
Yeah, right? Ace-queen suited, too. Kelly's really thinking about this. Kekgeek says he called pocket tens, so this could be it for Kekgeek. Oh. No. There's only one out now. Oh no, sorry, the nines. Sorry, I missed the nines. I was like, hey, but flush.
Flush.
Andrew finds another double. Sorry, Kekgeek, it was not pocket tens. Good guess though. It almost was. It's been so long I have to scroll up so far. Yeah, Kekgeek did guess tens. I see it. Man, so close.
So close.
Is this going to be it? King 10, King Queens? I think someone guessed King Queen too. But now we're deeper stacked, so it's not like a jam spot. Oh, but a king.
But the ace is there.
Yeah, the ace is a little bit scary. Oh, man. I'm on the edge of my seat, just like.
They probably both think their king is good.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's why I was like, we could see this get in.
This is
just gonna be another gut punch to Andrew, I think. Like, he just finally got back into it. He makes this bet. Kelly's gonna call, and boom, he's right back to where he was before.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she's folding. We got to sit here and wait in anticipation. Waiting. She's going to call. Oh, she folded. Wow. Interesting. Did not expect to see a fold there. And now
This
has
got to go in.
Yeah, but we're much deeper now. We're back up to 20 bigs.
Not
20-ish.
really.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. And he does jam. King Jack suited. This is
pretty close.
This is a call, right?
I think so. Yeah.
If Andrew gets a call and holds, he's going to be the overwhelming chip leader, and all of a sudden he just found his way back into this thing.
Wow, she found the fold.
Wow.
Yeah. She wants to feel really good about her hands. That's good.
Yeah.
She's made some really impressive folds.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I thought we were going to see a total flip there, because I thought King Jack suited was going to be a call, and assuming it holds, it puts Andrew up to like 4,000 plus and Kelly down to 1,000.
Right.
That could have just flipped the entire script.
Or she could have hit her card and won. How many times has that happened to you?
That's true. There's 3 kings out there, and I've seen that plenty of times. This is a tough match to like think through, because like we haven't seen Kelly, like early on we were seeing Kelly like kind of put out feeler bets, betting here every so often, but later on, at least now us being able to see the cards, it feels like she's being really selective and really only value betting when she's
right, because now he has
good.
the jamming. He has the jamming capacity there. So you know, before when it's deeper, then you can. I think certainly a lot more bluffing can be.
I can't believe how long this has gone. I put in these levels and did not expect to get this.
Don't we have one more match tonight too?
Yeah. You don't have to go to bed, do you, Kim? We've got one more to go through. If it's another one like this, we could be here till midnight. She called down with ace high. Wow, she's finding all the right spots. It seems a bit counterintuitive to like what we think like ranges should be like, and what we were expecting. Like King Jack suited, I thought was going to end up being a call, but every time she's kind of made that soul read on Andrew and made the correct decision.
Yeah, good for her. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah. Well, for a match that started off with both of us kind of teetering and being like, yeah, I'm not really sure. I decided to go with Andrew. You weren't really sure. You went with Andrew, then switched to Kelly.
I was going to pick Kelly all along, but then you said Andrew made the semifinals last year, and I went, ooh.
Yeah, he did.
Maybe he has an edge.
But this has been a classic match for like how undecided we were.
Yeah. And look at that just shows you, because it's gone on so long, how close it really is. Even though the chip stacks aren't close, it's a close match.
This could get interesting. Andrew's got a gut shot draw. That's a big bet, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that lets Andrew find a fold. Well, keep going. Not as much play now left with 1,000 chip stack when our blinds are up to 70, 140.
I like this jam. The 7 high when she just limps. Yeah.
Yep. Anyone pick the dirty diaper as the winner? Because if Kelly's not calling with the dirty diaper.
Have you been watching this match?
Yeah.
I'll leave with that.
She's not calling with that.
This is interesting. I'd be tempted to shove this.
I think, yeah. Oh, wow. Andrew soul reads and is like, you're limp trapping now.
Yeah.
But now we each have a pair. Bet and a call. I feel like you go for another bet here if you're Andrew. Oh, he jams. A 2x pot jam. It's not going to get many calls from Kelly.
No. The problem is he should be targeting a 3 or a 2. So you need a really small bet, right?
Yeah, it was a weird spot where it's like I'm not really sure what he's trying to target.
I mean,
oh, this could be it. Flush draw with a pair versus 3 of a kind. Not so good to have the 5 now. And what we've seen from Kelly, I wouldn't be surprised if she leads out here, and she does, yeah.
This could go in here.
This could be it.
Yeah.
Especially a limp and then a jam. Yeah. Okay. This is ace queen. Is ace queen the winning hand?
Anyone?
Come on, Kelly. Go quicker than this. You're gonna call ace queen.
Ace jack. Someone picked ace jack. I don't remember if anyone picked ace queen.
I'll have to scroll back. I don't remember. Someone earlier guessed ace queen, I think. She says, "Good luck. I think it's my turn." I think it is too.
Look at that. 83 hands, 76 hands.
Yeah, so many. This is hand 160? Unless it's a deuce.
No.
Yeah, no chop pot. It is.
Wow.
That is it. Wow.
Congrats, Kelly. Well fought. Well fought, Andrew. Valiant effort.
Oh, man. Oh, I need a break, Kim. We've got another match here, and I feel like I need a break. Oh, wow. That was a battle. The fan prediction that we did favor Kelly. And Kelly did pull out the win. So we'll pay out everyone that picked Kelly. Congrats to those people in chat that picked Kelly. Let's go back and check. I don't think anyone picked ace queen, but I am going to check.
I know someone picked ace jack, but...
Yeah, there's an ace 10, king 10, ace 5, ace 8, ace jack, 9-8, jack 9, queen 8, 10s, ace 4, ace 10. Yeah.
So we've seen ace high one. We've seen ace high
every single one
match so far, right?
Mm-hmm. I think that might influence people's guesses for this last one because we do have one more match coming up here.
If anyone's staying awake to stay with us.
Yeah. I need to go to bed, I think.
Well, for me, it's an hour later.
Yeah, that's true. So we do have one more left. We have Poker Geek MN Everywhere. John Somsky versus Tim Misclick Donkey.
This is going to be a tough one to pick.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Think it through.
I think I'm going to go with Tim.
You're going to go with Tim?
Tim's name rhymes with mine.
Okay, that's a good point. Mm-hmm.
Right? And I feel like, maybe he's less experienced in playing this because John played last year, and I like to pick the slight underdog.
Okay.
And it rhymes with Kim.
Okay. I can get that. I was torn on this one. I got to write up my prediction here. So I'm letting people pick between Poker Geek MN Everywhere and Misclick Donkey. There we go. Start that prediction so everyone can get those guesses in now. I see some guesses coming in for the winning hand, which is also good. What do I think?
I think it's again, either both of these guys are good players. I don't think it's going to be an easy match, but
I'm gonna go with Tim. I think I'm a little bit undecided on this. Obviously, like Poker Geek MN, he's a great player. Tim, a little bit new to us. I mean, he joined the Wrecking Crew. I don't know, however many months ago, but sometime within like 6 months or so. So he's a little bit new to us. I still don't know exactly how he plays. I haven't played with him all that much. but I know he does a lot of training with DTO. I know he also streams on Twitch, so I'll do a little bit of plugs there for him. If you want to check out DTO, he will stream like study sessions with that before everyone's Sunday grind. But I think I'm going to go with him. I think the DTO, which essentially teaches you game theory optimal decisions in the practice, like going through the motions of
I wonder if
like
he's
that,
been
will help out here.
Practicing heads up scenarios there, maybe.
Can you practice heads up in DTO? I don't know. But all the spots are always just heads up versus one opponent, not necessarily structured for a heads up match. So I just think that that skill is going to carry through for Tim. So that's I think where I'm leaning on this one.
Okay.
So yeah, geez, we're 2 hours and 20 minutes in, but let's see if we have that next game ready. Looks like we're about ready to go now. So let me get all my stuff set up and we'll switch over. And yeah, got them in a little bit early so we don't miss the action like we did a little bit earlier tonight. But yeah, there we go. All ready to roll. Let me make sure we have everything set up. There, we're good to go.
Okay. And right off the bat,
last
we'll
one.
Some action.
Yeah, right. 9-8 suited, ace 10. Those are pretty good hands. I forgot to see what everyone guessed. We only have, everyone's getting tired. We have less guesses than before. We've got ace 5, ace 8, ace jack, ace 10. Everyone's guessing the aces, Kim. King, queen, poker geek. Crazy, you won't believe this. He slightly upped his guess again. He's saying deuce 5. JB Twin Cities says king 10. Gibber says pocket queens. Stewie says king jack. So a lot of good hands being picked there. Definitely got a whole bunch of aces being guessed right away. So we'll see what this one is.
And coming right out of the gate with a nicely timed bluff on that hand.
Yeah, I missed that. I was paying too much attention to what everyone was guessing.
Now, see, it's really strange. We jump into this, and right away we've seen hands, value hands, and we're watching so much junk.
It feels so backwards, doesn't it? It was like, oh my gosh, here they're gonna get it all in. Like we just have that like gut feeling because we were waiting for it for so long, this last matchup, and we're like, if you just get a pocket eights versus jack 10, this thing is gonna be over, and we never did. And here we are, and we've seen like a bunch of them right away.
Yeah.
Funny how this game works.
Gonna get a little bet here.
Nice little win. There's pocket nines.
That's a good hand.
Yeah, I like it. King deuce, definitely.
So he's choosing a 2.5 bet size raise at the beginning. I think that's okay. They're 75 big blinds deep, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 75 to start, and then obviously as hands get played out, like it jostles a little bit there. But yeah, it starts 75 and it goes up, nice and gradually. I mean, we did get it. You play for an hour, and the effective stack size is going to be like 15 big blinds, but we want these games to get over. We're not meant to stream this long, Kim. This is...
Yeah, yeah. Well, can you imagine if all of them were an hour and a half? Was that an hour and a half?
It was just over an hour. I think like hour 10, hour and 15 or something like that. But yeah, imagine if they all were.
Felt like it was 3 hours.
It did feel really long. But if they all were, we'd have the like stuff beforehand, the talk about stuff, get the predictions set up, guess the hands type of thing. Like it would have ended up being like a 5-6 hour stream.
Yeah.
If they all were that long.
Yeah. Well, you never know. This one could go for 2 hours. Let's hope it doesn't.
Kim, no. Wait. Yeah.
All right.
This can't go 2 hours.
We better stop. We better start concentrating on what's going on and make some valuable analysis.
We should have took a bigger break. We're both just mentally drained. We needed to joke about something before getting back into this. But yeah, we're back in. Ace high versus 6 high. What do you think? Oh, Poker Geek taking a stab.
Yeah. And Donkey's
Tim's
having none of it.
Snap called.
Yeah.
It's I got to put fear in Poker Geek's eyes. And when you snap call, I feel like you have to bet out here.
Yeah. Do you think he thinks he's bluffing with this?
He might. I mean, you're obviously not betting for value.
Right.
With an ace, right? Like, you're not expecting worse to call you.
Well, you're trying to put pressure on the flush draws that are worse, I guess.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So. And other potential draws that they have.
Right.
Gibber says, no way these guys go as long as the last match. I think I agree. I think we're pretty safe that it's not going to go as long. But you never know. Mm-hmm. I would have also, like I said, the other longest match that we had in MaREC Madness was last year, me versus Chris. And I think a lot of people, a lot of matches, if you put me versus Chris, it's not gonna carry out an hour plus. But that one found a way to.
Wow.
So.
All right.
2 overs looking nice, but also a nice looking flush draw for misclick. I was surprised.
A straight draw. You are getting tired.
I am getting tired, aren't I?
I would have liked to see him donk out that.
That's what I was trying to say in my sleep-deprived state.
Like, he's got the name. He's like...
The donk bet from Misclick Donkey. He's got a misclick, and he's got a donk bet, right?
Right. And yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Also, we watched his video to start hours and hours ago. It's almost 3 hours ago now, but we did watch Misclick Donkey's video, and he said, I'm going to try and pull off some big river bluffs. So we'll see if he can. I don't think he's going to pull off the biggest river bluff of the night or even of the tournament, because I think that's going to go to Binkley. That was one heck of a river bluff that he had.
Oh, that was yeah. That could be the hand of the whole thing.
The whole tournament. And unfortunately, Binkley didn't win the match. He gets the hand of the tournament and doesn't win the match.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate for him. But yeah, that was ice in the veins, like I said. We'll see if Misclick Donkey can pull off something here. But again, back to it. Stop rambling, Taylor, and stop calling straight draws flush draws.
You mean, yeah, right.
Or whatever I said. I don't know what I said.
No, you did. Yeah, that's what you did.
Okay.
It's okay. All right. We got to fold. Raise and a fold. All right. Come on, let's see some action, boys.
Here we could see some action. Suited jack. Poker Geek could turn this into a 3-bet. It doesn't. These are the stacked ups, though, where we can get frisky. You know, put out those 3-bets, put the pressure on our opponents. The end of the last match that we saw, the stacks are so shallow, it makes it really tough to do that and ever be wrong. So
I personally would think you should leave your lower suited aces as calls and put in maybe the higher suited aces as 3-bets, as well as your sort of higher suited everything, like all suited Broadway and suited 9 up, king 9, queen 9, suited as you're in 3-bets when you're deep. I like that. And I like to leave the smaller suited aces as just calls.
Gibber says, did they take rake? Didn't they start with 3K? I think they have 3. So
3K.
Yeah, Poker Geeks 385 over starting, and then there's 274 in the middle.
Yeah.
I think that adds up with the difference between misclick and 3K. So I think there is. The thing that throws it off is I did put an ante in there. So there's a small amount of ante that goes in each time. So that kind of like deteriorates the chip stack. It makes it look like it was rake. Oh, he said he's not counting the pot. Okay, yeah, that'll do it. But to your point before around just calling the lower suited aces, my thought of agreeing with you and the reason behind it is we play such a wide range with heads up that the lower suited aces become like the meaty part of your value hands and not the like bottom end of your range that you turn into like 3-bet bluffs like you normally would in a full ring game. Is that the same way you're thinking about it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to make sure. Oh, this is the clean diaper.
Wow. This could be
flopping.
Over.
It could be. I mean, if Misclick gets aggressive and Poker Geek sticks around, and then like it would take a big bet from Misclick here, and then
he should
Poker
bet
Geek
big.
to like jam.
No, but he needs a big bet. I don't think Poker Geek will jam. I think he'll just call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess an 8 would have been pretty interesting to give Poker
and
Geek
I think
a straight.
He has to bet small, or bet. He's trying to target a 9. Maybe bet.
I think he could bet a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd go 800.
No, maybe like 500.
I was thinking 4. 4 was the number I had in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, clean run out for the flop straight. You always get scared when you
apparently it's
I'll
a flush.
Stop. They flipped in this matchup. It's something else. The flopped flush. You always see the fourth one come out. At least that's what it always feels like. I should go to bed. Yeah, I'm going to go to bed, Kim. You just take it from here. You take it from here. I can't talk.
Tim's folding too much. When we're still deep, he's folding to these raises. Well, 6 deuce he can fold.
Yeah, 6 deuce he can get rid of.
But the other one, like he needs to see flops in heads up. He shouldn't be folding any more than the very, 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 very bottom. Like if you look at the chart, it's like just a few little squares on the offsuit side. On the offsuit side. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. I get it.
I like this. This is good.
Yeah, this gives some equity to
spicy.
Poker Geek. Yeah.
Spicy.
Oh. Now the river. That's going to shut it down for Misclick, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everything Poker Geek wanted, but it just shuts it down for it. Yeah, snap fold. Tim didn't even think about calling. He was like, I don't have a club. Just pitch those cards in.
I lose to all jacks and any club.
And any club. What else is betting here? Ace versus ace. We might see some chips in the middle. I don't think we'll see anything end here, but we might see some chips go in. Doesn't really change a whole lot, that river. Though it seems
I'd like to see a big bet from John here because.
And he checks.
Because I think that.
When it checks, his opponent never has a king, right?
Yeah, he's never going to check twice with a king. Right there. Right?
So then if you take the king out, he has only hands that you beat.
Yeah. And you want to get called by another ace or a pair.
Because if your opponent had a better 2-pair, you would have heard about it by then. If they had it straight, you would have heard about it by then.
Or he would have led.
Anything.
And he would have led.
Yeah.
He's not going to.
Exactly.
Yeah. And besides, on the river, he's only looking for check raise bluffs. Remember, he's not looking for the big river value.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on, Tim. Let's see those river bluffs. Let's find a spot for it. Yeah, you just folded. Was it Jack 5 there?
Yeah, you can't fold that. You just can't fold that. That's just a hand that you have to play heads up. Yeah. It's probably better than your opponent's hand.
He's he's shifting to a limp now. We're 25-50, so he's got 30 bigs.
See, this hand I would have raised, and the last one I would limp. Right?
Yeah. That's the fun about this. Everyone's got their own play style, and we see it all play out. We saw aggressive style with Mark versus Binkley. We saw the passive with Kelly and Andrew. Now we're seeing it doesn't feel as extreme either way here, but also just kind of not necessarily passive, but just like more tight, it seems like, to start off with.
This reminds me of the same feeling I have when I bust from a tournament when you're really deep and you've been playing with your short stack for like a couple hours and you go jump into another tournament and you have 200 big blinds. Like, I really feel like
you're saying this commentary of yeah. We're trained tournament players. That's why, Kim, because you get your brain is used to that like progression. And we got to the end progression, and all of a sudden we just got snapped back to the start again. Like, we're all thrown off.
Yeah.
We're a mess.
Yeah. So don't put any stock in any of our analysis.
This one is bad. Yeah, this one is bad. Listen to the other stuff. Someone who used to know says, nothing John's doing shocks me. It looks just like the last time he and I were heads up in a home game. Yeah, John's got a very consistent style to him, I think, personally. It's not necessarily predictable, but it does feel very consistent on how he plays. He never really gets out of line. You don't really see him go too aggressive. And none of those things are wrong. It's just it seems very consistent when you see him play.
This is
Here
interesting.
He is. He's betting big. And
well, he's double gutted, right?
Did Tim just snap call there?
Yeah.
Ace, King, 9, 7, and pocket 6 is just snap calls. And then lead small. What is going on? Is this his thought of like a juicy river bluff? Because he's actually betting with the best hand.
Yeah, and he gets the fold.
Yeah, he got the fold. Yeah.
Interesting.
That felt like not really sure where I'm at type of position from Tim.
And I don't really want to put all my chips in, just in case.
Like how in the world did I get to this point? And how do I get myself out of it? And he goes, I'll just bet small and then fold to a raise. And he got the fold.
Yeah. Like to see a 3-bet. Oh.
Yeah, with those 9s, we talked about that. It's like this for the same reason we were talking about, like keep ace deuce suited as like a call. It's like ranges get so wide that like you've gotta expand all those different areas and understand like how that goes. Like 9s becomes a 3-bet for value in heads up because of how wide ranges are.
And when you're in a regular ring and the small blind raises, their range is much stronger. And you can call pocket 9s there because you're going to have position in the hand. Here, we're heads up, our button range is much weaker, and we're going to be out of position for the hand. So we need to make up for that with aggression.
Yeah. Kim, we said to stop listening to us because we were too tired, but that was just a knowledge bomb dropped. I loved it. Even 3 hours into this, you're still coming on strong with all the knowledge.
What did I say?
The advantages of small blind versus big blind. And
Okay.
Button versus big blind, yeah. Don't forget it right away.
No, I'm just kidding.
Here's a turn bluff with Jack 10. I want to see a call, and anything but the 10. I think we could have seen the big river bluff he was talking about. Yeah, he hits the 10 and he checks because he's got showdown value.
Right. Yeah.
Any other card though? I think any other card that comes out, I think we would have seen Tim jam.
Right.
I like a 3-bet here. How about you?
Yeah.
And there it is.
Same as with the 9s. See.
Yeah.
King Jack is not better than 9s.
It's really similar. Yeah.
But I like that. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Gibber says you're so tired that you're just pulling commentary from your subconscious. Like you're just in the zone and it just comes out naturally.
That's right. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, no.
Speech bubble.
Okay, we could see, this could be something.
Wow, this is something.
Nut flush draw.
Nut flush draw, yeah.
Raise, Poker Geek.
He has to raise here. 2 draws on the board.
Then Tim is put in the bin if Poker Geek goes for a raise, right? Oh, yep. Oh, a snap call. Oh, what a river. The draw that I didn't see.
Yeah, me either.
And wow. He doesn't snap call here.
He has
someone who used to know says Plan B. Yeah, Plan B came in, and I didn't even see Plan B.
He has to call here though.
Come on, Tim.
I mean, you just got there.
You can't. What's under the bed, Kim? Is it the flush monster?
It's a backdoor flush. Like, you can't.
There, he calls. Nice call, Tim. Yeah. Could have made it quicker, though. Well, I didn't even see the gut shot draw. I was so fixated on the flush draw there.
Yeah.
But if I know one thing about John, he's not going to get fazed by this. Other people might be like, oh, man, thought I had him. Shoot, now he's in the lead. Poker Geek is just like a rock. Nothing's going to faze him.
No.
Oh, and even if your opponent flops a set.
And turns a boat.
Yeah.
It makes a little one big blind bet. And you can just go away.
Yeah.
I like that. I like to see a raise here.
Mm-hmm. I think you can still call this with 10 deuce suited. It's obviously not the ideal one to call with, but with suited hands in position, you can.
Yeah, the raise was fairly big, though.
It was.
I mean, yeah.
But it was a limp and then a raise, right? So that's something that you've got to be aware of when you are going to limp. And now he's trying to set him up here. He limps the ace queen, but Poker Geek does not oblige with another raise. A king would be interesting. Let's.
So he's sort of John's like staying like within the ranges that he should be. Like he's pretty tight in his pre-flop ranges. So like
I said, he's consistent. This is I think Babker said it in the chat, and something that I totally agreed with. Somsky's got his stuff. Like, he knows what he does in these various spots, and he just sticks to it.
Yeah.
If there's anyone that's a robot around here, it's definitely John, with how he plays, how he can set up the home games each and every night, and all that other jazz. There's a decent chance John might be a robot. This is the commentary you get 3 hours into the stream, so. Gibber says a cyborg. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
King 7 raise?
Yeah. I think so. Min raise. They can min raise. It's not, you don't have to. It's 30 big blinds effective or just over, so you know, you can min raise or 2.2 even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's what he did. He did 2 point something, 2.2, 2 point some change, but it was close to that.
And got re-raised and had to fold, so that's fine.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep, I like this sizing.
Uh-huh. And pretty good flop for John here.
Pretty good flop for John.
Just 2 pair. No big deal.
Seen a lot of c-betting.
Ooh, this is a big raise. Yeah, there has been a lot.
And not a lot of check back. Like, I have ace high, I have, could be the best hand, check back, see a turn. Delayed c-bets, I think, are of value in heads-up matches.
Oh, I love delayed c-bets. They're so nice.
They're of value all the time, but especially in these, when your opponent's range is so wide, right? You get to see what they're going to do on the turn.
Yeah. I was going to say we're going to see a bet and a call here, but it went check, check.
Now he's going to get away cheap.
Babker cheering on for the king of clubs. I'm guessing he had picked ace jack, or is just hoping for the juicy river card. Still raising the 6-8. If I know poker... Oh, Poker Geek calls. Not what I would expect there.
And not what he wants to see with jacks. But he's got to try and realize his equity.
It's not the worst, though. It's not the worst, though. You still have the straight, but you don't like the king and queen.
He's going to go check.
No, Tim is...
he's going for
Tim's got a pair, and he's going to go with it. Is this a juicy river bluff by him? Oh, no, just a snap check back. A river bluff there could have worked. The king and queen was pretty scary for John.
Yep.
So I wouldn't have been too surprised with a river bluff getting through there. A lot of continuation bets.
Check raise here. Oh, no, check raise.
Nope. And check, and a 5 will win its showdown. You didn't even need the 5. The jack was going to be good enough.
Yeah.
And another monotone board.
Oh.
Monotone boards are always tough to play, aren't they? They just...
So he makes a big bet here, which I like when he has the ace and he wants to deny all diamonds. I like the big bet there.
Right, because your opponent is so commonly calling with diamonds that you're essentially setting the price there. This could be interesting. Ace,
ambitious.
Queen, Jack 10.
This is a bit ambitious, that 3-bet, I think. But whoa!
When you flop the world. In a call. Now does Tim slow down, though? Like, he's still got, like...
I think he has to jam now.
Yeah, I don't like this small bet. I feel like it's a jam or a check. And I don't really like checking, so I feel like it's a jam. And tough for John to make the call here. He's just got ace high.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're right back to even. Right back to even. And the poker gods don't like that because they're going to deal each of them top pair here and see how it all plays out. We've seen enough action to know that top pair is we're going to start getting some chips in the middle.
Poker's a funny game. Like this match, the hands are so close in equities compared to the last match we saw.
Yeah, what if we take the two matchups and just switch the hands each player got and then see how it plays out from one match to the next? It would be crazy. And John wins a pot there, a little bit smaller than I thought it was going to be, but still a nice size pot. But yeah, you're totally right. Like the hand distributions that we've had is kind of crazy.
I like that John's still raising with his queens, like his offsuit queens, queen high and stuff like that. So not this hand, the hand before.
Yep.
And just took it down. Yeah.
That turn could be trouble for Tim.
Yeah.
Because he was bluffing and now he hits. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he checks back river. Oh, never mind. He's not going to check back river. Now this is trouble for John. Yeah. And it's going to be a call. Yeah. And Tim saved on the river there. There wasn't many cards that were going to save him. Because a 6 would have been worse. He would have given him a worse 2 pair. And he would have just been value owning himself. But the jack was the one card that was going to win him.
I wonder what would have happened if John had raised the turn.
Right?
Right? Because, I think Tim should have checked back on the turn. But anyway, another good hand would be to look at.
But yeah, an interesting spot from John's perspective because flop he just check calls, turn he just check calls. And he's got 2 pair. Like it feels like in those spots, like at some point you should be going for a check.
And it should be on the turn so that you keep all draws and all other possibilities in.
Because he just crushes the flop so much. It's tough for his opponent to have value. Well, here we are floating around even chip stacks again.
People slow play too much when they hit big hands.
Yeah. There's definitely instances for it.
Yes. But some people do it like every time.
Every time, yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Like if you flop a full house, that feels like a very obvious time to slow play,
because it's like, what
are they going to catch up with? I have all of these cards,
right.
But I feel like a lot of people like slow play straights. Like you flop a straight
sets.
And then they
people slow play sets all the time.
Yeah, and stuff like that. But my good friend Chris Jones once told me, and has always stuck with me, that it's late. I'll get my words straight. Straights can like never improve. You can never improve a straight. Once you have a straight, boom, you're done. So why would you slow play it? You know, if you get 2 pair, I guess it can turn into full house. So I guess there's slightly more reason to slow play 2 pair than it is straights. But like still, like don't do that unless you have it absolutely locked up. Like you want to start getting value.
Right.
And how painful is it when you like slow play something and then it gets the backdoor flush that comes in and hey, that's what your opponent had. All right, we'll get back to the match instead of just rambling, because I can tend to ramble. I think we might have to buckle up here, Kim. Though. Oh,
I'm back.
Lost you for a bit. You're back. Yeah. Okay, good.
Back. Gotta get new internet.
I think we might have to buckle up because this has been just a back and forth struggle, and I saw this with Kelly and Andrew, and this might just happen again. Although this hand might change it up because we've got a nut flush draw versus top pair.
Ew, yeah.
But they go check, and check. I feel like Poker Geek's got a bet here. You can't.
He's got 2 pair now.
Oh,
he's got 2 pair.
Oh, wow. Right? Yeah, he rivers 2 pair. Misclick. Is this going to be?
Oh, he had 2 pair on the turn, 8s and 5s.
Oh, yeah. Now he's got better 2 pair though.
Yeah.
Stewie says my rambling is keeping him awake, so I appreciate that. Misclick going for a big river bet here. I don't think it's going to work out. No, it doesn't. The nut flush draw going for a bluff there is not going to work when John's got 2 pair. So never mind. We might not need to buckle up and get in for a long match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
this should be an all-in. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, they're playing quick here now. Queen 4, Ace 6. I mean, if you're Poker Geek, you limp the Queen 4. And then Misclick's gonna. Oh, he opens.
Yeah, this is just a shove then, right?
Mm-hmm. It feels like A6 is gonna be sitting pretty.
Yeah.
Unless Poker Geek is. Oh, he is raise folding. That is tough to do. It was correct, but it's off of like what? That was like a 10 big blind shove.
Right.
It's so hard to open, especially the sizing that he did. He did like 2.5. It's so hard to open 2.5 and then fold for 7.5 more.
If you're gonna fold, if you gotta just min your big hands
or
and
limp.
Min those. But limp, yeah, limping is better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, gut shot draw versus top pair. I feel like Misclick should be betting like a big blind, or was this a raised?
No, I think it's bigger.
It was raised. Okay.
He's got to try to get all his chips in.
Okay. And now he's got half pot bet.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be going in.
Yeah.
I don't think John can call though, even with just the. Oh, he does call with the gut shot. Is this it? Is this it? No, Tim doubles. I thought I was going to get.
I hate that when that. Well, I mean, I don't hate. I mean it to go to bed, but I hate that when that gut shot comes in and you just.
Oh yeah, like, that is the worst. That is the worst.
All right, another double, and we're off to another hour and a half.
We're back and get ready for more poker. Yeah. This could be it.
Yeah, I think this probably. Well,
you just snap calls.
He's still got.
It's a 6. That might be good enough for him now. And Poker Geek's got the flush draw. Like this, I'm more inclined to believe it's going to get all in now than I was pre-flop.
Right.
Call. Oh, that is. Yeah, we might see this. John's got it on lock, but Misclick's got a pretty good value hand here. This might save him, though. This was a weird run out. Yeah, someone's saying snap calling. They're seeing Tim snap call. Bad idea. It gives Poker Geek all the... Oh, wow, we just flipped the hands.
Wow.
We just saw Ace King versus Ace 6 suited.
I'd
oh
like
my
to see a
God,
jam.
John, this is unfair. Flops a flush and he's just trying to set a trap. Kelly says, who needs a cup of coffee? I do. Oh, no, this is it. Tim's going to jam the king. We've seen him do it. I just bet's pot. Poker Geek's got a raise, and then I think this is it.
Yeah. Anyone pick Ace 6?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Congrats, John.
Yeah,
wow.
Well played. Good game.
I'm gonna have to go back. Where is this? Ace 5, Ace 8, Ace Jack, Ace 10, King 10, King Queen, Queens, King Jack. No one guessed Ace 6. And there was a bunch of aces, but no one guessed Ace 6. No Ace 6. Yeah. Ugh. Well, everyone got really close. I think people are picking up on winning hands, and I think we're going to hit next week. I think everyone was really close, but we just didn't have any winners tonight. So let me go out there, manage prediction. Oh my gosh, everyone picked Poker Geek in the chat, so we'll pay out those that picked
two
Poker
matches
Geek.
Out of the 4 were won by the Ace 6. Just putting that out there.
That's my least favorite ace, is Ace 6.
All right.
Oh,
well, it's been quite the session.
Jeez. What a long... It's 11 o'clock here. Almost. We'll be done before tomorrow for you, because you're East Coast time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we do finish up early. So, what a fun night, though. There's some good poker play. A lot of different styles, a lot of different things that we saw here. So, I wanted to say thanks, Kim. Thanks for sticking around for this whole thing. This was a long night. Even in the 4th match in the 3rd hour, still dropping knowledge bombs. So thank you for that. Thanks for all your commentary and sticking around with us.
Yeah, no problem. I enjoyed it. It was great. And good luck in your match.
Oh, thank you. You too. Because next week, this is a good segue for next week. Next week, it's going to be me playing. I'm going to be taking on Tron Vidar Stensby. Kim, you're going to be battling Jim in the battle of who's naming Rain. Bluffs, Sterini. We're gonna watch that video next week. But in terms of commentary, 2 people that you saw tonight are going to be joining us for commentary. Chris Jones, who we saw first, that put together the best winning drama in Rec Poker. That video was crazy, by the way. And Tim, Misclick Donkey. So 2 people that are also Twitch streamers, shouldn't be afraid to get in front of the camera. Will be joining us and talking through everything. So tune in for that next week, same time, same place. Tune in for that. We start at 7:30. We'll start the matches around 8 o'clock again. Everything should be good there. But Kim, you do a lot of fun stuff with Rec Poker. Let's give a shout out for those things. You do a hand history review. You do poker empowerment. Tell us about it.
I do a poker empowerment group that meets most months on the 2nd Tuesday of the month. And I try to have a guest to talk about interesting guests to talk about their journeys in poker. So far, I've had all women guests, and what it's like to play and how to build the game as a woman in poker.
Nice.
And try to encourage more women to play live specifically. And then also the hand history review group, which we go down rabbit holes looking at either live hands that are played or someone's hand they played online. So if you have an interesting hand, just sign up in the hand history group, and we'll chat about it, and we can get pretty deep into some of the hands. They're pretty fun.
Yeah. Or maybe even some MaREC Madness hands.
I might maybe doing those. I have moved. It meets on the 4th Tuesday of the month, but this month, in March, it'll be on the last Tuesday of the month.
Okay.
So.
And then that poker empowerment stuff. Have you ever had any like notable women join you for that? Like anyone that's won the World Series of Poker Ladies event or anything like that?
Laura Eisenberg was my last guest. She won last year.
That's crazy. I'm so upset that I couldn't join. I take my kids to ECFE, like child learning school type of thing on Tuesday nights, so I can never join that. But I was really upset that I had to miss that one.
One of the interesting things about her was she did a lot of skydiving, and she was part of this big 400-person skydive record in Thailand or something. And Stewie was there, and he asked a question which I thought was one of the best questions. And was it more exciting to do that, or more of a thrill of doing that, or winning the winning a bracelet? A bracelet. So that was a great question. Oh, you'll have to watch the video. It's online.
I will. That's right. I can go back and watch it. Yeah, I should go do that. I'll go find that out. But yeah, that's awesome. Those are two great things. So if you're part of the Rec Poker community, Rec Poker Premium Mentor, go check those out. It's a ton of great content out there. So
lots of good stuff.
Lots of good stuff all around. We'll call it there. Again, Kim, I appreciate all this, sticking around, talking through it with me, trying to keep me awake, and correcting me in all those spots that I talk through stuff incorrectly. But I had a ton of fun. I hope you had a ton of fun. I hope everyone out there in chat had a ton of fun. But this was just one of 5. So we have 4 more of these coming up. So we'll see you for all those future events. Set your calendar reminders. Just know to come back on Thursdays, whatever it is. There's more coming up. So thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. Kim, take care.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, we'll see you. Have a good one.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.